Okay, we are rolling. Last time, previously, in the GodBreaking, you guys had a few more conversations with the dragons as the dragons began to depart slowly back off to their own domains, learned a few more things, and began to make battle plans. But what you found out was that while you were up there, several things had happened back in Westvane. One, the city had fallen completely. A large number of its population had been killed, including King Reginald Haas. His family still remained within the city of Westvane, but were currently in hiding. And a large number of people, of the civilians in Westvane, had either been pressed into service of the army or taken away as slaves, that kind of thing. But more importantly, you found that the army had not stopped there. They had begun to march east. East to where... I guess it would be... Let me zoom this in here real quick. So, Westvane being here. East to where your town of Heldren is, and also to where the dwarven refugees had been repopulated, had been resettled. And hearing from Eloise that her scouts had encountered orcish war parties, you guys quickly scrambled on your way there. You sent a summons to Mistrala to begin to gather the mages for mass teleportation, and as they were beginning to prep, you guys encountered a war party of orcs. Killing them quickly, you realize that they were just the vanguard, just the very beginning of a large progression of the orcish army, of a large, the whole army basically moving behind it. Elwyn and Euphemia, you guys harmonized your 9th level spells to create a barrier. First of all, a large meteor swarm to strike the very forefront of the army, but then you created a barrier with Euphemia's ability to shape stone that was impassable for them, like a huge crater. And then you fired a couple of volleys, including some very powerful spells, at Daimium as he appeared over the top of the army. And that's kind of where we left it. Let me get Ashok his Discord info. And then let me share this image with you guys. Alright. Image isn't very large. Should be shared already. You got that? Can you guys see that?
Mine's still loading, but I'm on my old computer, so it might take 2 days.
Okay.
It took a bit of time, but it came up for me at least.
Give it a second more.
Okay, got it. Oh,
Okay.
cool, you made it.
Oh, sweet.
Alright. So, there's the army. Alright. They all turned.
Did you say
guys-
army? Because I only see the map. I don't see any characters.
You should see a whole army.
No, it's empty. Just an empty map for me.
Just blank. I just see one. Oh, you just made him invisible again.
I don't see anything either.
There we go.
Give it a second to
Yeah, I
populate.
see the I see
Oh,
the
I
map.
see the army.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, give it a second to populate. It's I just populated it with a ton of different NPCs and stuff.
It popped. All right.
So you guys are currently all over here-ish. You have fired an opening volley at Daimium, and you see him and the other marked ones begin to emerge from the fray, from the bulk of troops around them. The orcs around the edges, the north and the south, begin to work their way around the edge of this huge canyon that you guys had created. You can tell it's going to take them some time to work their way around it, but you guys basically made this huge crack in the ground and have slowed the advance of the major part of the army. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, wasn't Daimium coming straight at us?
Well, you zapped him, so he's kind of held up a little bit.
I'm gonna look at
be right here-ish, floating above the rest of them.
It's way part way to us when we hit him. Like across the crevasse.
We
Uh,
fucked
what-
them
No,
up
he didn't.
pretty bad. We almost killed them.
What did we hit him with?
A shot.
Shocks, and I fireballed them.
Nice.
I'm gonna look at our the gunslinger guy, which I can't remember his name.
And Terry's.
Yeah.
Okay.
You interested in using that dragon call that you got to, like, devastate the numbers? Because this is bad.
Fit for this.
And Terry says, he looks at you all. He says, let me think here for a second. As you talk to me, Femi, you see his eyes focus straight on Daimium, right? And you see his hand gripping the pistol on his side. He says,
Is he frightened, do you think? Can I tell if he's, like, slightly upset that his bullet
"No,
did nothing?
his eyes are narrowed, and he's focused very hard. If anything, he seems excited." He says,
So he's dirty harrying.
"Yeah." He says, "What? And ruin a good fight? This looks like something worth all this waiting. This time I've been waiting."
Got a suggestion on how we deal with the army of orcs? Plus those guys who are probably all as strong as we are.
He points back to because so behind you guys, back in this direction, a couple hundred yards, the dwarves had settled in on like a hillside. That's where they had taken refuge. Like a hillside meaning like a fairly large hill. It's rocky. It's crevasse-like. It's not exactly a mountain, but it's larger than a hill, more like a butte or a cinder butte of some kind. He says, "If it were me, I'd start by taking the high ground."
Yo, can you snipe with that pistol?
Remember, the metal doesn't affect Daimium.
It's
So
not metal.
It's magic.
No.
He tried already. He
No,
shot a bullet at
yeah.
Daimium, and it had no effect.
He magnetoed it.
Butthole.
He just caught the bullet.
Okay, as you guys are talking, you hear you see a plume of dust just arise on the edge of the. I might as well put you guys on the map. You guys are like over here.
I'm thinking, that you should just send 2 giant beams that direction, one at him and one at maybe something else, because he does not look healthy enough to withstand anything we can throw at him. It's just the rest of us, our damage is done in close combat, so you're the only one with a ranged
talking
attack
to?
left.
You see a plume of dust as Quigley slams down into the ground right between you and the crater, like right equidistant between you guys.
I hear what you're saying, but if I use it, and then I'm out of like my super attack for the other 10 marked ones. I want to get it when like I can get a couple of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm just saying, take them out one at a time. Take one out, retreat. Take another out, retreat.
They'll bring them back to life.
What was the problem?
Okay.
I like having to make wisdom saves. But anyways, the new problem of Quigley charging us. How long has it been since the Thrallans have started marshalling when we last talked to them?
You guys sent out the call, talked to them real quick, and then teleported here. You had a brief skirmish. We're talking like 5 minutes, 7 minutes on the high end. They should be getting here soon. All right.
Yes.
Quigley is focused in on you guys. You see him hauling this huge pillar on the ground behind him, and he begins to shifts his weight forward, and slow, steady strides begin to pick up pace, moving in your direction.
Retreat, I say.
Let's go to the high ground.
Yep.
Okay.
Return telling me run.
All right. You guys start running. How are you running? On foot?
I'm flying.
I'm flying. Fuck you guys.
On foot. I mean, I don't have a fly mechanic, so.
Yeah, I guess we're fucked.
Well, I mean, there's an army coming your way.
Yeah. I'm hauling ass.
I'll grab someone if you want. I'm sure Elwin can probably grab someone.
And on Terry's can grab something else.
All right, Harry just starts running in the air.
Asshole.
All right. Okay. So
And
as you
Terry, grab Deimos, your best friend.
and Terry says, "Let him run."
Joke's on you and Terry. Stamps is already running.
Okay. So as you guys are you guys turn and run.
I'll grab Deimos.
Okay. Second, let me set this map up. I wasn't sure exactly what you guys would do, so I had that battle map set just in case you want to fight there.
All that work for nothing.
It's okay. It's okay. I can reuse
Well, I was
resources. Say what?
I was just thinking we fight off Quigley right here and right now while they flee, and then we teleport the fuck away.
Who's fleeing?
The dwarves.
No,
15
we're the ones fleeing.
No, there's still
the
50
white ones.
ground
the
is
weapons are
where
right
the
there.
dwarven city is.
What the hell is? What are you talking about?
And Terry's was talking about is where the dwarven refugees set up camp. So by running to them, we are literally running towards
I don't
the
think
refugees.
that's a camp. I just think that's a bunch of random people just standing around waiting to get out of there.
They had
There's no-
they had taken refuge on
They-
this hillside that you guys see right here.
So
Are
my
there
thought
fence and
was
defenses?
just
There's natural rock formations and stuff that they can use to border them up. So you guys are looking at it mostly what it looks like here. As you guys approach, you guys see that the dwarves have been hard at work entrenching themselves in place. And along the walls you see all the troops that Eloise had been marching with the last time you saw them. They are now in various battle formations and strategic points along the the forward edge of the hill. On the other side, as you guys approach, you see that the rest of the population is really on the back side of the hill, like the women and the children and all that stuff. As you guys approach, so you guys at a quick speed, you outpace the rest of the group behind you. Quigley is chasing you, but he's not chasing super fast. You can tell he's holding back, waiting, not wanting to outdistance the rest of his allies. As you guys approach, you guys quickly fly to the top of the hill. Albrecht, you're getting an echo from me?
Yeah, whenever I talk, I get feedback from your mic. Like, when I talk on my Discord thing, it lights up and I hear my own voice.
Do the rest of you guys hear that?
No.
No.
Yeah, I do.
You guys are using open mics or headphones?
Headphone.
I'm on a headphone.
I'm on my headset.
Okay, so only Euphemia and Albrecht are getting the echo.
Well, they probably don't have you loud enough, but I can hear you on mine. When I talk, I can hear my voice on your TeamSpeak.
That's really weird, because I'm on headphones. There's like no sound going back
Well,
and forth between the two of them.
Don't talk and watch Team. If you watch Discord, you can see that you're lighting up every time I talk.
Go
Blah.
again?
Blah. Okay,
It's
now it's
not.
not working.
It's not lighting up on mine.
Nope.
Maybe
It
it's only
was.
if I'm talking at the same time you're talking.
That's weird, but okay.
Albrecht, say something.
That wasn't happening for me. Sometimes it's lighting up right now when I'm talking and I hear my own voice and you're saying absolutely nothing. So
Okay, let me change my voice activity sensitivity.
It's your own headset.
I'm
Yeah,
on a
that shouldn't
headset. It's
happen at
really
all.
weird.
okay, I'll say a few things randomly just and go on, and yeah, no longer it's coming through. So that fixed the problem for me. We'll see if it happens for you.
And if I talk, you can hear me, right?
Fine. Yep.
Okay. Alright, so let me know if I'm cutting in and out. I just changed the voice sensitivity.
That's been happening ever since we started using Discord. I just didn't really give a damn.
Alright, well, let's go with that.
Happened
So-
for me last week. So that's I thought it was just a weird thing that was happening last week, but when it started happening again this week, I said something. So
Okay, well, at the top of the hilltop, you guys encounter Eloise. She stands up there, and she says, "Ah, you have arrived. My army has set itself in battle formations. We ready ourselves to fight these bastards."
hopefully we won't have to fight too
Start
long.
fighting your
As
ballistas. Start shooting right now.
We shall. They're almost in range.
Wow, your ballistas suck. I mean, never mind.
Okay. So the dwarves are entrenched there. Is there anything you guys want to say or you want to do to prep? But you guys can hear the thump and the progression of the army getting closer. It's taking them some time. You've slowed them down with that crater that you guys created. But off in the distance you can see them making steady progress across it and around it.
Does anyone want to make a Lord of the Rings battle speech for these people?
they wouldn't happen to have a giant war horn or something that I could blow on just for the fun of it.
Sure.
You.
Do I have any war horn sounds?
T should check to see
Sounds like
how.
only you can hear.
Yeah, sounds only I can hear. I'm sure I do. Somewhere.
See how good this breath is. Not bad.
Okay. You guys are just hanging around waiting?
So let's say, is there like a bunch of people with a shit ton of arrows?
Yeah,
Like
the dwarves are all prepared.
all right.
Oh, I just played a
Well,
war horn.
So
Can you guys
I
hear
guess
that?
this-
Oh, we
Nope.
can't hear.
I wish.
Okay.
But I
So
will
how long-
stand. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, you can go first. I was going to
Oh.
say something after he's on. Oh.
Okay, I was just gonna stand in the middle of just like pretty much all like the artillery / arrows and shit like that, and I'm gonna put my Crusader's mantle up as I'm give a really good speech about how sometimes killing stuff in war is good.
All right. All right. The dwarves turn to you as you say, "Hey guys, sometimes killing stuff in war is good." And one of them, like a hardened battle dwarf with a big, scraggly, reddish beard, just tilts his head and looks at you and says, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
No, I'm serious. And I give him a thumbs up, and I wink at him, give him a little bang bang with my fingers, and then my Crusader mantle goes off, and I'm just
Give
like,
us a.
here's some war Crusader's mantles, makes your arrows better.
Okay.
Give him a charisma check to see how inspiring you are.
Roll charisma, man. Okay.
Damn proud.
Okay. He leans over to the guy next to him. He says, "Hey, this one says we should kill each other. Should kill our enemies in war. Fucking brilliant, isn't he?"
Yes,
And instead of inspiring them, you see them all start laughing. And actually, even though it wasn't quite effective for what you wanted, the whole line of dwarves, and these are battle-hardened dwarves. You don't really sense the unease or the tension. Instead you sense like excitement on their part. They all start laughing. So it actually does a decent bit to break the focus and the tension, and just a little bit of humor, and it's not negative at all. But looking around, you can tell that all these dwarves, so the 7,000 dwarves that are lined up on this side of the hill, are they're waiting, they're eager, they're ready. A couple of them mentioned something to the effect of, "It's about time. We've been hiding and fleeing for months now, while our homeland is destroyed. About time we're able to do something about it." Stuff like that. And just like it's their sentiment all across the board. These dwarves are angry, and they're locked in and ready for battle. Eloise is going to come to you while... Oh, he's away. Okay. Eloise is going to come to all of you guys while in the few minutes that you have. And she says, "I'm glad to have the opportunity to fight beside you. Dwarves never give in, even though we're outnumbered 3-1. We all have hope, and we're eager to send our blades into battle."
They know that the plan is to hold them off and then run away because we're severely outnumbered, right?
She says,
Believe it.
Thought we made that clear. Yeah, I tell them that if they're not aware.
she laughs. "Run away?" She looks at you and she says, "You're a dwarf, as we all are. Dwarves do not run."
You do know that she's kind of right. We're in a position. Yeah, we're in a position that if we try to retreat, they're just going to run down and kill every single one of us. So we're kind of fucked and screwed in this area.
What did you say she was right about? Sorry.
If you try to run away, all your dwarven friends are going to die. We've gotten into a point where there is no retreat.
Yeah, and also, if you're in the midst of combat and you run, that's where actually most of your losses come from, is from running away.
Yeah, we're kind of fucked.
As you do remember that we have a whole bunch of mages coming to help us to teleport everybody away.
In the middle of combat, when they're surrounded by orcs, that plan is not going to work.
I say we wing it.
The best we can do is get the civilians out in the back.
The
But after
plan
that,
the plan is to hold them off from so that we don't become surrounded at all.
that's not gonna work.
But have maybe
We're out-
what
We're outnumbered 20-1.
3 to
They
1.
can fucking. How many dwarves are there here?
There's 7,000 dwarves on this hillside right now.
It's at combat dwarves, not
Yes,
civilians.
yes. There's 14,000 total.
Okay, how many orcs are over there?
You're
22,000.
thinking, yeah, 22, 25.
Okay. They still outnumbers. They can still flank us. They can pinch us. There really is no.
That was the whole reason is why I don't think we should have run back here, is because that way we can hold off quickly, because the army still has to make its way around that crevice. Yes, it's not going to take them long, but hopefully it takes them long enough that we can get
but
the
we
mages
have
here.
no chance either. So there's no holding that off.
I'm suggesting when Mistrala arrives that we don't teleport out of here. As soon as they get here, they're going to start teleporting people away.
They're gonna start teleporting the civilians away, but all these warriors and probably a few of us are probably gonna be bloodied and dead by the time they're done. So that's our lot in life.
Okay, yes, obviously teleport the civilians away first, but to understand is that once the civilians are away, it is smarter for us to flee and combine our resources so that way we can deal with this threat.
Then we're gonna leave the dwarven army behind too.
Oh, okay. You know what?
I'm just giving you the realistic view that there's gonna be a lot of dead dwarves at the end of this.
There are a lot of things that we can do to mitigate that, such as, help. No, I think you're being overly pessimistic. Let's just put it that way. And I'm trying to communicate to Eloise to know, and I thought we told her this, that people are coming to help teleport our people away so that way we don't, so that way we can pool our resources and not risk as many lives.
I'm gonna look at Eloise and say, he is just so naive.
Okay. Albrecht, Eloise just stands up and she looks at you and she says, "Where has your courage gone? You leave our people to go gallivanting around the world, and you come back a fucking coward? We have fled long enough. We will run no more. Sitting here on the high ground, every dwarven man, woman, and child will fight to defend our people. Dwarves do not run. We fight."
I tell her I will stand with my people to their last breath, but I have seen doubt our people's strength against an army of orcs all by themselves, but I have seen the strength of the old magic and the primordial world, and no one, not even you, should doubt my faith in our people, but I do not like to throw away good dwarven lives.
She says, "To die in battle is not a waste. You should know that, Albrecht. You, foremost amongst all of us."
Battle, when you did not accomplish when you were not able to accomplish a victory or further that goal is a waste.
She as you look at her, her eyes are locked on yours, but then there's a pause, and you can tell she's looking at something behind you. And over the hillside, approaching at the base of the hill, you see approaching several packs, large packs of wargs. You hear them baying and howling. The front edge of the army has arrived. Some of the ballistas fire because they're within range now, but these wargs are very dexterous, and maybe one or two of them get struck by a ballista bolt, but they quickly scramble around and they begin swarming around the flank of the of the hillside. So, where are my wargs?
Are they just wolves, or are they riding wolves?
They are straight packs of wargs.
How many?
There's hundreds in each pack.
Do I know how high they can jump?
Would you know how high a warg can jump?
Yeah.
You fought them
What?
well enough. They're basically like large wolves, so they are pretty dexterous. It wouldn't take them long to scale things, but they're not like mountain goats or anything. Like they don't climb for.
I'm gonna order Light to do a bunch of flybys on them and just, burn them alive.
Okay.
But not to get too close because I don't want to get swarmed.
Okay. Well, hold on. This is all kind of happening concurrently, because you guys can also see the front edges of packs of orcs on their way in. So on the map, you guys can see the map, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The wargs are beginning to circle around the right flank of the hillside. Okay. They're not
I'm
even.
just gonna start burning the hillside.
Light can breath once. One.
Woo!
He breathed already. It takes a little while to recharge. You
I
used
thought
your
it was
breath
like
earlier.
a roll.
There's a recharge roll. Yeah, but you can't.
So
You
when
can't
you
keep.
have
You
it-
can't keep breathing. You have to keep rolling to do it. So yeah, light goes flying down, and let's say this front pack of wargs here on the right hand side, right? He flies in, and you riding on his back. He scorches over them, and you can see multiple wargs just caught in the blast of cold breath, falling down like in broken shards along the ground. He's able to kill, a good 7 or 8 different wargs as they collapse down there. Several others are injured, but the pack as a whole keeps moving on. And there's several packs of wargs behind them.
Dragon roar! Scare them off. I don't know what else to do.
All right. At the base of the hillside, you see troops starting to gather. Can I do that? If I do that, does it show them to you on the map, on the combat tracker? No, it does not. I have to.
What?
I'm just trying to figure out how this works. There. So if I reveal these to you.
Yeah. Yeah, if you reveal them, then they'll show up in the combat tracker for us.
All right. Okay. You see several packs of orcs, and remember each of these is 1,000 orcs. Start to gather towards the base. They stay fairly far back, so this is not to scale, obviously. As your ballista bolts scatter, and several of them get hit, but they're at the very maximum edge of the range of your ballista, where they kind of draw up, and they wait for the rest of the army to accumulate behind them. As that happens, you guys see a flash of light. And behind you, or near where you are, you see 2 friendly individuals that you know. Ava says, "We got here as fast as we could." And behind you, there's more flashes of light as more and more mages begin to appear and teleport in. Flash, 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 boom, boom, boom. Right, all over the hilltop. When all is said and done, you see students, you see teachers' assistants, a few low-level instructors, that kind of stuff all over the place. These are the characters that you recognize back from Mistrala, but all of them have been girded in basically mage-like protective garments. Several of them carry swords at their sides. Others have like burning wands with fire blazing at the tips. All in all, about 250 mages have teleported to where you guys are, at the top of this hill.
Voice.
I look at Eloise real quick and I ask her if she agrees that we still should transport the civilians away from here. And dwarves that are not on the map right now.
Yeah, all the dwarves, all the civilians are on the other side of the map, so are on the back side of the hill. So you're asking her if she wants to teleport what?
Just teleport them to a safer location.
Everyone or just the civilians?
At least the civilians, yeah.
Eloise says, "I didn't know these people." She looks at Telephos and Ava. Albrecht, roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Biggest persuasion check of my life.
She says, "Where would they go? Can we guarantee that they'll be safe when they arrive?"
To send them to Ospium, where a person I trust almost as much as I trust you resides and rules.
She looks at around her, and the other dwarves are there, and she says, "We have made a pact, Albrecht. For all we know, we are much of what remains of our people. Our goal is not just to survive here today. Our goal is to be victorious today, to win a grand battle, and then to rise up, grow stronger, and retake our homeland from those fucking red beasts. We aim to go back to our people, to save whoever might still be in our land." And she puts her hand on your shoulder, Albrecht. Says, "And, my friend, that cannot be accomplished by running. Will you take a stand with us here, the dwarves, today? We can beat this foe. Dwarves do not run from fucking orcs." As she says that, the around the hillside, thousands of dwarves give a grand cheer and a large voicing of approval, and you see even from the other side, young like adolescent dwarves and older ones and women and stuff begin to rise up also. The civilians come up and you see them brandishing rocks and sticks and crude like garden tools and weaponry. Some of them have fashioned slings and bows and stuff too, and they're all cheering and shouting as well.
Suggestion?
Mhm.
She should make a persuasion check against Albert to make him.
I'm persuaded. I'm taking a stand. I had something I was going to say. But I was going to say to her, I said, being the of our people, I can see that we are. There is no intention of running today. And if that is the case, I will always stand with my people. I assume you won't reject any help that may bring us closer to victory, though, will you?
She says, "Of course not. We're brave, stubborn, but not stupid." As you guys are talking, you hear the war drums as more and more troops begin to accumulate at the base of the hillside. just beyond reach, or beyond like the farthest reach. Your ballista are firing and stuff, but it's almost like the orcs don't care. They only have 3 ballista, and every time they fire, multiple orcs die, but they're all just standing there, waiting. More
Can
and more
we
orcs
try
begin to
to
arrive.
set some of like the mages like behind like some of the warrior guys?
I've got a battle plan. If you want to hear it.
Yeah, you want to set the mages up? Okay, so while that's happening, so these guys are slowly moving in here. This is the final position that they'll take up, but they're moving into position right now. All these armies that you guys can see on the map. They're still moving into position.
I'm going to approach Telephos and I'm going to tell him, change of plan. Dwarven stubbornness has won over in today's battle. Will you help us fight off this horde?
Ava says, "Of course we will help, in whatever way we can." But she looks around, she says, "Many of our mages here are not hardened warriors. They can help, they can aid. But is there some other means by which you might employ them?" You look around and you see they've brought the Magni with them, so 35 are war mages, right? The rest are people who have been trained in the last couple of weeks, or like 3 weeks. But you can see them like their knees shaking and their eyes. They're students. They're civilians that have arcane talent. They're a little bit nervous.
Why don't we have them bring the armies from Ospium and the rest of the backup and just fuck it, have the battle here.
You're reading my mind. I was going to tell
You
her.
don't have the time to do that, though.
You wish, Ava says, you wish us to perhaps retrieve your allies from Ospium?
Yes.
Those War Magni and those Magnus, or those War Magni and those here that do specialize in some sort of encouraging others and bolstering their resolve or actual combat spells. Those who are here for strictly teleportation services should be transported to Ospium and try to get their army here as fast as possible, preferably in a flanking position, but not too close to Gromash, who's in the back of the
Remember, this is the same army that destroyed a walled city. You're not really going to
take a
win
final
with
stand
numbers.
here, okay? You cannot have it both ways, okay? So what is your plan then?
Okay, do whatever you want. I'm just saying that you're gonna
An
waste.
objection. What do you think we should do then? If you have an objection,
My original plan was already thrown out of the window, so there's nothing I can do. I can say so.
to everyone
My
else's plan,
suggestion is
please.
not able to be used. So.
Final stand. Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay. Ava says to you, normally to transport such a large force would take days, even for our number. She says, but we have Telephos, and Telephos can do what many cannot. She says, we will leave these Magni with you. So there's 35 Magni, and she leaves 15 of the more serious like acolytes and students. She says, the rest of us will return. Telephos looks at you, and he locks eyes with you, Albrecht. And Ava says, don't worry, Albrecht. Hold on. We will not abandon you here.
I want to do something before he leaves real quick. Just a quick question, so I know if you're going to get this reference or not. Have you seen Stargate?
The movie? Or the series?
The TV show, the movie.
The movie, yes.
Preferably
I
I
never
think he
watched
wants
the
to
TV show.
create a Stargate. I just think he wants to create a Stargate. A portal.
Sure. Well, if you've
people
seen
go
the
back and
TV
forth.
series, there's a specific Jaffa handshake, and that's what it's going to mean nothing if you haven't seen the TV series. But
I haven't seen this
I'll
series.
give- yeah, I'll give You can look it up at some point, but I'll give Telfos the Jaffa handshake and say, you better come back. We're gonna need you.
Okay. He looks at you and he nods, his eyes communicating with you, and you hear the wind whisper around you and swirl. He says, I shall return. And with a flare of his staff and a toss of his hair, he and the rest of the mages begin to vanish. As they disappear, and Terry's kind of steps from around a rock, or steps down and says, who the fuck was that guy?
Dude, he could fuck you up. I'm just joking. I'm not going to say that.
I will say I'm probably the one and only guy I know who could actually kick your ass.
He says.
So you better give him your respect.
And Terry says, I know strength when I see it. I like him. Now can we quit fucking around and kill these bastards?
Damos hasn't been fucking around the whole time. He's been like rallying his.
I gesture
troops.
my hand to the horde and I say, be my guest.
Okay. And then you guys see that the majority of the army has congregated below, but they've all held up, and like the ballista are firing, but you're still out of range of bow shot, but the ballista are landing, crashing bolts into the army, but on the sheer number of them standing, several die each time, dozens die each time the ballista fires, but they're all just standing in place there, watching some of their comrades die all around them. And you guys note that there's a parting of some of the troops, and within vision, but not within range of any kind of weaponry or anything like that. You see a very imposing figure step forward. He's not enlarged. He's not 40 foot tall. He's back to his normal height, 15 foot tall.
We meet again. Let this be the last time.
Bro, how do we kill you?
You see, as he's standing there, his marked ones begin to appear on either side of him. Like two on each side. On the left side, you see Daimium, flanked by Skullthumper. Daimium still looks wounded, but not quite as wounded as he did before. Quigley, of course, is there, as is Woe. And finally, floating above them up in the air, you see the misty apparition of Hannibal. Gromash says,
All I ever sought was your painful, tortured deaths. The one I serve and have pledged myself to demands it. And I want it as well. It's been fun torturing you and your friends these past weeks. But here, now, we end this.
he lets out a tremendous roar, and all alongside him, orcs and goblins begin to shout and roar. The wargs, who have circled around to the back of the mountain by now, you hear them baying and howling, and their cries break through the air. There's almost this trembling. The stone golems slam their hammers into the ground, creating this massive pounding. And as Gromash roars, it's almost like a mild earthquake just kind of rolls through the area. Go ahead and... So around you, you see the dwarves pause. They stutter a little bit. And for the first time, you see a bit of fear start to creep into their vision. A couple of Deimos, some of the dwarves that you've been talking to, say, "Fuck me! This orcs I can handle. What the hell is that?"
We already killed him twice. Don't ask questions.
Okay.
What? Albrecht? I can't hear you.
Oh, I said, good question.
Okay. A couple of the younger dwarves drop their weapons in fear and take a few steps back.
Say it's not that bad. Pick him back up.
Because I think I have a better persuasion check than Deimos here. But I'm going to ask one of the War Magni if they can amplify my voice so I can give a rousing battle speech.
Okay, easily done. With a flick of his finger and a dash of purplish light, you find your voice begins to carry across the whole hilltop.
I hope I get my Hobbit terminology here correct, otherwise I'm going to look like an idiot. But if I say, brothers, sisters, may not know who I am, or not, I may say, many of you, let me restart this. I say, brothers, sisters, many of you know that I have not been with you for the past months. I have been seeking a way to overcome our enemy. That my faith, nor my love for our people has never faltered. Imagine no better place than for us here to make our last stand. I cannot imagine better people for me to make a last stand with. And it's a little bit better than that because I'm a terrible improvised speaker and real person, but I want to make a persuasion check, hopefully with advantage, because I'm the leader of the dwarves.
Roll it. Advantage. Okay. It's you've never been quite the orator, but you can tell that your strong presence and the fact that you are here with them. You're Sigma too. You're renowned in your fighting prowess and. Your presence and your physical physically imposing figure begins to encourage and inspire the dwarves around you. The dwarves that were shaken stand up and he says, "Aye." He says, "We'll fight with you. That one down there, he's fucking ugly. I bet he bleeds well." And all the dwarves around start cheering and shouting, and they all start to step forward and lean into what they're doing. All right.
I'll ask the War Mage if I can go a little bit louder because I want to address Gromash directly.
Okay. Real quick, he does. He agrees.
I'm basically going to say, for as long as I draw breath, I will continue to kill you again and again and again. I'm going to try to show off my brand new gauntlets in his general direction.
Okay.
I will rip those off your arms, tear your limbs from your body, and beat you to death with them, as you watch your people die around you.
Alright. We are at war. Okay, so the way this is going to work, the dwarves and the orcs all pilot themselves. Alright? All the orc hordes charge, and they scream and they rush forward. Massive bands of them all just breaking forth all at once. And the goblins behind them do the same, and when they get within bow range, they begin to let loose thousands of bolts and arrows up the hillside. Now, since they're shooting upwards, it's much less effective. They're basically shooting with disadvantage. But and dwarves. The dwarves have set up their barricades and their battlements pretty well, so it's fairly easy for them to duck behind. You do see some dwarves falling around you, but as they begin to enter range, the dwarves respond with sling fire, stones, and arrows and rolling boulders. Since you have the upper ground, it's much easier. The skill level of archery is much less demanding, and you see their projectiles launching down the hillside, striking true, and orcs begin to tumble and fall. The first wave of orcs hits this lower battlement right here, this lower incline, and they begin to scale it. They begin to tear into the boulders that the dwarves had set in the way to block this narrow pass right here. And at the base there, 3,000 dwarven berserkers guard the entranceway, and the orcs basically have to funnel in one at a time. So there's quite the jam, and there's basically a huge bloodbath right there as the dwarves are using the geography of the mountain to increase their fighting effectiveness right here. All right. The stone golems are moving slower, but as they start approach the wall, you can tell that they have something of some intent in their eye. The wolves have made their way around the back of the hillside and are beginning to climb up mountain paths or hillside, like goat trails and stuff like that, to work their way up the side of the hill, the back side of the hill. What do you guys want to do?
Well, for now, I think Daniel should be up in that front group area, just because the Crusader Mantle giving at least a 60-foot circle around of a bunch extra holy damage might help out.
Okay.
So I'll just do that shit for right now until we figure out what's going on.
Okay. So this is the map of the larger scale war. I'm going to switch to a smaller map for individual encounters. What do the rest of you guys want to do? Is there any place you want to go watch, to attend to add your strength?
I was just gonna stand at the top with Eloise, and coordinate everything.
Okay.
I'm still focusing on trying to get those wolves. I'm gonna just start dive bombing them, trying to just annoy the fuck out of them because I don't like where they're going.
Okay. You're able to go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was gonna send some help your way. I was gonna tell any of the War Magni who buff spells or auroras like Crusader's Mantles or similar things to go help Euphemia with the wargs.
How's that gonna help me at all?
With like fireballs or stuff like that.
Okay, because you just sent all the buffers to help me. Wouldn't they be better at buffing the armor?
Okay, if I said that, I meant the buffers stay here so they can buff the dwarves. Everyone else go help Euphemia. I'm sorry if I messed that up.
Okay, so the war mages break off and head in the direction to go and try to slow down and counter the warg packs that are making their way up the backs of the hillside. And they're actually surprisingly effective. The wargs are not terribly intelligent. While they are vicious, the mages hover over them, and lightning and fire and ice begins to rain down on them. Whole hillsides begin to just flake off the mountain as the wargs are trying to climb, and you can see there's massive havoc being wreaked upon the warg packs back there. Okay?
But some of the war mages have like buff aurora spells like Crusader's Mantles, right?
That's
Or
more
bards
of a paladin.
who can
Yeah,
Or
a
the
few
bards
bards.
who can- Okay. Anyone who can like do inspirations or stuff like that, I want them to stay here.
Okay. Alright. Elwyn, are you here?
Yeah, are any clerics or paladins? Because
Because there were clerics there. Because Liam was there. Are any of them war mages, or are they all healy type people?
They're mostly mages that they sent along because they were expecting to have to be teleporting, and clerics aren't much good for that.
Okay. True. No offense, Stamos.
Oh no, Dan was just staying here punching orcs.
All right. Elwyn, are you here or are you working right now? Elwyn? Must be working.
Just typing.
Ashok, can you hear me? Let
Yes,
me go ahead and type in or say anything if you want to do anything specific while this is happening.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Mm.
Let me know if there's anything you want to do during this battle, as these dwarves and these orcs are beginning to engage each other.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna interrupt you though.
Okay.
So polite.
As you can see that the bottleneck at the base of the mountain is surprisingly effective, and the orcs are having a hard time breaching that gap. But as the stone golems make their way to the edges, they begin to just grab on and rip down huge parts of the mountain, making it much more traversable. Whereas before it was fairly steep, rocky cliffside, with their hammers and stuff, they begin to tear into it and make it more like broken rubble rampways. They just begin to tear into it, and orcs begin to stream in from the gaps that the golems have created.
All right, I just hung up. I was gonna say, can I try to disintegrate the golem's legs so they can like fall and like?
If you're gonna try to disintegrate, you're gonna have to get close. Right now, this whole thing is pretty large scale.
Okay, gotcha.
You guys want to do a sortie, like a party to. You guys can choose to intervene at any point on this map, and I'll go in and I'll zoom in on a different, like, on different battle maps so we can visualize what's happening. Where do you guys want
Also-
to intervene?
Oh, I was just gonna say, if like the orcs are really starting to get in there, I'm gonna use a firestorm because it can cover 100 square feet and just kind of like
Where?
burn a. Well, like if the orcs are starting to push through, like I'm right here, I guess, in front of the berserker one guys. I'm in that group. So like if like Horde 6 starts pushing in too much, I'll just like burn like a big old fucking 100 square foot thing
Okay,
down there.
at the choke point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, I
alright,
got
so
an idea too.
they're doing pretty well holding off the orcs at that spot right there.
Okay.
That's not a danger point. Elwin?
Can I drop a wall of fire where the golem made the hole, just so all the orcs that stream through it get burned nice and crispy, like?
Sure. You'd have to get within range.
I will do.
Okay. So as you start approaching,
120 feet.
okay, so for the sake of this, Deimos, and the rest of you guys, so Euphemia's back there. I'm gonna say that you guys all begin to recongregate. I want you guys to move as a group, so I don't have to do a bunch of battles all
yeah.
over the place. The war mages are taking care of the warg packs back there. They've slowed them down quite a bit. At the choke point, the dwarven berserkers there are holding off the orcs. You see more. Some of these berserkers reinforcements begin to head over in this direction to be able to try to intercept these orc hordes that have begun to climb this spot where the golem has made his way, and this army over here begins to try to intercept over here. All right. So Elwin, which golem did you want to target? Which breach? the left breach or the right breach?
The right breach, because it looks like there's more dwarves, like dwarven army squads or whatever, on the other one. So try to help out this on this side.
Deimos is booking his ass over there too.
All right. So as you guys approach, all right, let's do it this way. There are all right. So on the map, you guys are approaching the stone golem, and on like map size, he's quite large. So he's looking more like this size. Okay. That's everybody. And light. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, you guys are approaching, and there's this golem here, and you're starting to see orcs beginning to swarm in around him and behind him. I'm gonna make this, just this visual image, kind of represent all the orcs. Remember, pretend it's like a lot more than this. All right, and they're really scattered, kind of all over the place. All right. So this is the scene. This area is kind of terraced as far as elevation goes. You guys are on slightly higher ground. There's a gradation that goes slightly down and slightly further down, but the orcs have created this large cutout of a rock slide down this way that goes further down, but they're able to run up this ramp. All right. Okay. What are you guys doing? Several of the orcs see you and they start charging.
I'll set up that wall of fire right where they have to walk through, like through
Okay.
this little hole.
Alright. Okay,
But
so
I'll
you
make it
cast it. Go on.
This 60 feet long. That way, they have trouble going around it.
I'd like to cast
Okay.
Spike Growth too, if I have time.
Alright, where are you casting it? Where? Ashok.
Oh. Or on the orc horde.
Right on them?
Yeah.
Okay, so spike growth, it just gives they take damage periodically, and it's
Difficult terrain.
difficult terrain, 20-foot radius sphere.
Put it right in front of the wall of fire. That way, they're really slowed and they might get hit a few times.
Okay, now remember
Oh, yeah.
this whole ramp is full of orcs. This horde just represents all the orcs that are covering this ramp. Okay. Actually, do I have more of these orc tokens? Here we go. I'll just put a bunch more of these guys on there. They're not targetable, but they'll just visually represent all of these orcs that are coming along. Okay, there's lots of them. Okay. Anything else?
Isn't that in full action?
Yeah, but we're not necessarily in initiative here. Anybody? You guys all both took your actions. Anything else that anyone is doing? The orcs. Go on. Go on.
Oh no, I was just saying I was going to kind of wait to follow because I think we're good. Here, I'll stay here.
Okay. All right. The orcs near the firewall begin to burn, and you hear screams and cries. The orcs within the spike growth, you can see their feet begin to bleed as they're caught up in these tangles and brambles. Some orcs they fall off here, just trying to run from the flame. The golem steps over them all. Crushing a few orcs in the process, and you see him just barrel into the wall, through the wall of fire. Go ahead and roll damage on him for the wall of fire, Ellen. All right. And then he grabs his arms on this hillside and tears down this hillside right here, right there. and tears down large portions of stone and rubble, and creates more of a ramp of dirt that begins to like flow this way, all
I
around
start
him. You start doing what?
climbing them.
Climbing him? Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm climbing that bitch.
All right.
What's that video game, Shadow of the Colossus, where you have to
Yeah,
climb
that's what I was
those
thinking of.
All right. You start climbing the golem. All right, you don't even need to make an athletics check for that. You're definitely pretty successful. Okay. The orcs start to as your wall of fire is being basically covered, Elwyn, in rock. The orcs start to stream their way up over this new ramp that he's created. Okay. Like that.
Great.
So how tall
Alright.
do we say this guy is?
This guy, he's pretty darn tall. I think we put him at over 60 feet tall.
Oh, cool.
About 60 foot tall, we'll just call it that. Alright. Let's go ahead, and at this point, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I would have done that all before initiative while they were doing their stuff.
Yeah.
Raging. If so, I have the AC. Initiative.
Okay. Everyone's in, it looks like. Alright. As you're doing that, and Terry's he kinda steps up and says, "Alright. Finally something worth unloading on." You see him target the golem. He whips out his revolver, points in that direction. As he does, you see his belt begin to blaze red as he reaches down and very quickly, like almost imperceptibly fast, grabs a glowing round off his belt, inserts it into his revolver. There's a limited number of these glowing cartridges on his belt, but he does load it into his revolver, and he points it at the golem. And we'll add sharpshooter. Oh, hits it. Fires at the golem once. And fires again. Hits. That's sneak attack. Okay. And then fires one more time normally. Okay. Outbreaker, your turn.
Wonderful. Wait, is the map to scale then, or how far away am I from it?
Mostly to scale, yeah. This is all to scale.
And I see Deimos climbing him.
Yes. Deimos, he made it up to his knee.
Got this. I'm gonna go after an orc horde. Target. Can I?
Alright, each of these represent quite a few orcs. Alright? I'll let you
Okay.
at your level, you're not attacking individual orcs right now. If they're climbing up a hill and you're just using huge swings and like bashing at them, I'll let you hit multiple orcs with each hit.
Okay, but still roll it and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So just roll it. Don't worry about targeting anything. You'll take care of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Gotta open up my character sheet. Okay, so let's see. What do I have to add? I have to add that. I have to add that. Add that. Add that. Here we go.
Okay, keep rolling. Those are hits. Those are huge hits.
Second. That one hit?
Yeah.
That's a lot of ones. That sucks. Here's the spiked armor.
Okay. Alright. Go ahead and roll me 2d12s.
Not bad.
As the orcs are coming up, you smash a couple in the face with your sword, cutting heads off and that kind of thing. But then you use your last one of your attacks to strike and dislodge a boulder that's by your feet, and it goes rolling down. And you see orcs begin to a couple of them fall off the edge of the hillside and come scattering down to their deaths below. So you kill 11 orcs as they're making their way up.
Cool. Number has gone up to 16.
Yep. Elwin, your
Only
turn.
984 to go.
I'm gonna drop concentration on the wall of fire since this guy covered it with rubble.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell him, stop. Hammer time. And I'm gonna cast Hold Monster on him.
Okay.
Good.
Does that take effect?
It does. It does. He's he's large. This is a very large thing. You can feel that because of his size, the scope of the spell is strained very, very much. You don't think you'll be able to hold it for long. But
I can
for this
cast-
moment, go on.
I can cast it at 6th level. Use the 6th level spell slot if you like.
All right.
To give us more
opposed to-
time.
what is it
As
normally?
opposed to a 5th. A 5th.
Okay, yeah. So you strengthen it by using a 6th level spell slot. So it'll hold a little bit longer, but you can tell that it's not going to hold for long, just because of the sheer size of this creature.
Okay.
Alright.
And if you like, I can also heighten if it holds it a little longer.
Yeah. So all that will come into play.
Okay, cool.
Basically, you'll get 2 full rounds. Ashok, you're up,
Would I
and then
know
Euphemia's
anything
next.
about golems' weaknesses, or what check would that be?
They're big piles of rock. I mean, there's not much that they have in the way of weaknesses. They do have basic elemental resistances.
Dude, hit him right now. He's
Does that do-
paralyzed. It's an auto crit.
Oh, okay. Will a spell? Can my spells auto crit?
Oh, actually, Elwin, golems are immune to paralysis. I just looked it up.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, constructs are immune to paralysis.
I did not know that.
Alright.
Okay. Alright,
so
so
he's-
I guess
he's
I
not
wasted my
paralyzed.
spell. Alright.
Ashok, what you doing?
Oh, I should use divine snipe.
You
Oh,
used it
no,
last
no.
week
Okay.
while you weren't here. You used it.
For a long rest. Have I rested since?
You have
No.
not.
We're sorry.
Or what'd you use it on?
Is it on
Use-
Daimium?
Yeah, you smacked Daimium in the face, which is good. He's still wounded.
Yeah. It was a good use, but yeah, sorry about that.
I'll just cast another AoE.
Okay.
Conjure volley.
All right. So which side are you targeting it at?
The largest concentration of orcs on his left.
Okay. So that's your 5th level spell. You fire a piece of non-magical ammunition from a ranged bow. Hundreds of duplicates of the ammunition fall in a volley from above and then disappear. Each creature in a 40-foot radius must make a dex saving throw. Creature takes 8d8 damage on a failed save. Oh geez, that's really good. Alright, roll the damage.
Do Do I need to select all the targets?
No, just roll the damage. They're getting hit. All right. As you do that, you basically cast it 40-foot volley. It's like everything on this whole side here, as a barrage of arrows just comes raining down. You fired one in the air, and it split up in the air with the force of your 5th level spell, and you see orcs begin to fall and bleed as they're trying to climb the mountain. This is all amplified by the fact that they're climbing uphill. So as even ones that are just minorly wounded, they begin to fall and plummet to their deaths. Dozens and dozens of orcs fall away. So you're talking, yeah, lots of orcs.
Now, since I cast a spell, I don't get an extra attack, do I?
Correct. No, but
Yeah, that's all I can do.
you've easily killed a couple hundred orcs in that one attack with this angling and the way the hillside is kind of set.
A couple hundred?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a chain reaction. Bodies begin falling backwards, and he sent hundreds of arrows down on them. In a 40-foot, it's a 40-foot radius, and it's a 20-foot high cylinder, so it's like a 3-dimensional shape.
Yeah.
The fact that they're climbing uphill, it's
Yeah, no, for
he
sure.
gets huge
I
surface area on
just
this. You
count
basically
that towards
slide
my
away.
gauntlets, but-
You basically slide away a whole portion of these, all these orcs back here. All right. And these guys are further down. You cleared off this whole area because some died, but their bodies began to tumble downward, and they hit the ones behind them. So it was like this chain reaction that you caused. All right, that's your turn. Euphemia, you're up.
Are there any orcs left from that foot?
There are many orcs. They're all further back. So
Okay, well I'm gonna fly up into the air. I'm gonna try to stay away from the length of away from the golem so they can't do like a hammer swing on me. You know,
Okay.
hit me in light. So I'm gonna stay that far away. I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration to Deimos. And then I'm gonna cast Ice Storm on the golem's foot, the opposite foot that he's climbing up on.
okay,
So,
so there's lots of orcs coming up behind them. Okay, that
so
strikes his
hopefully
foot.
it hits
Go
the
ahead.
orcs too, and ices the area.
Yeah, it does. And there's definitely orcs that are caught up in it. A couple of them fall down. The golem seems to have taken some minor damage on his leg in the process, and you actually see the frost begins to crystallize up his right leg. And there's a distinct brittleness that is that's begun to carry through its right leg. Okay, Deimos, you're up.
All right. So, wait, is that ice storm? Is that concentration, right?
It's an ice. Yeah,
Okay. Never mind. So I'm not gonna jump over there. Or
it's
try to
mostly
jump
below
over
you.
there.
You're above it.
Okay. Then I will pretty much try to see as far down I can get with this brittleness thing, and I'm gonna try to start punching into his knee because I don't want this golem to be an adventurer.
All right, target and roll damage. You get advantage on the attacks because it's frozen, or that
Oh,
hits.
Just in case there's a crit. I doubt it though.
Oh! So close.
All right,
And then I'll just use one of the War Priest things to turn bonus into an attack.
okay.
See if
As
it's
you
crit
do
again.
that, you see its knee begins to buckle a little bit as a large chunk of the stone has broken away. The golem has slowed in its movement. It's basically standing stationary now, unable to move because of how weak its knee is. All right. At this point, the orcs begin to some of them throw javelins and stuff in your general area. everyone roll a D4. Oh wow. Alright.
Even me?
I'm using the leg as cover.
Yes, even you.
Even though I'm really, really far away.
Yes. Okay. Ashok, you get hit with... Oops, that's the wrong one. 1 second. 11 damage. Okay, we'll call that good. The rest of them do 8 damage per arrow. So everyone takes 8 damage. Albrecht, you take 4 times 8 damage. Since the orcs, those are actually the orcs in front of you, just slashing back at you. All right, and since you're raging, you can half it.
Okay. Well, should I
So
take
30.
the 11 since that's the great axe, and they would be hitting me with melee? Take 44, half it for 22.
Sure. So Ashok, you take 8,
That
not
makes
11.
sense.
All right. What you see though, and this they're having a hard time making their way up, when more and orcs begin to swarm up the back of this hillside, charging in. All right. The stone golem is stationary in place though. However, it is his turn. Albrecht. He is going to make an attack at you.
Okay.
You see his massive... Actually, they move fairly... yeah. They only get 1 attack per turn. The last turn he used his hammer to grab the hillside and pull it down around him. This time, he swings his hammer down on you.
Okay.
Oops. Should only be 1 attack. Okay. So he rolls a 30. And this massive
Okay.
hammer comes falling down directly on top of you.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
You make a Constitution
that's a big-
saving throw, which you succeed, so you're not knocked prone. But it basically, you see the ground around you begins to splinter, and actually, as he does so, this pack of orcs in front of you is basically just decimated as his hammer just smashes down on the area around you. All right, you find yourself still standing there, but having been dealt a serious blow. All right, what are you gonna do?
Did you skip? Anyways, yeah, that attack happened. I am going to move forward. Can't select myself because the stone golem is so huge, but I'm going to move forward to the next orc pack on the stone golem's right. I can't select myself because the stone golem is huge.
You trying to select yourself?
Yeah, like everything within a 20-foot radius of the stone golem is labeled as the stone golem. Like I can't, when I hover my cursor over the stone golem, it says Army Massive Stone Golem 4.
Yeah, okay, he's pretty big. What are you trying to do?
Move right there. Attack more orcs.
Okay, so right here. Alright, yeah, oh, the orcs can't be targeted, so just roll your damages.
I know, I wasn't
Just
trying to target.
sitting there.
I was trying to move myself and
Okay,
overlay. The area of the stone golem was covering up my own area, so.
got it.
With my attacks on, I am going to use my my legacy item thing because I don't want to be this much damage down, and probably spend about like 2. Well, no, we'll say spend like 3 hit dice.
Okay.
There's always a chance I can roll 3 ones in a row. But I did move 15 feet in a straight line, so.
All right.
Well, so I'll go roll 3 hit dice. That's crappy. That's kind of crappy. That's
And you're attacking orcs or
so-
attacking the golem? Are you attacking the orcs or the golem?
works.
Okay.
So that's what?
Roll damage 3 times.
Yeah. 3 times? Okay. 1.
And then your 1 for your spiked armor.
Yep. 3.
Okay, so 58, 56, 66, 73, 75, 74, I mean. 87, 98, 117 damage is what you've done.
Yep.
Alright, so roll 117 times 4 d12s.
Better than my life rolls. Oh, 1 was in there, but 2 11s. I'll take it.
Okay, as you reach this point and you activate your the ability in your gauntlets, you feel your own life energy just like burning inside you, and you feel some of your wounds begin to heal, and that as that happens, your blood flow increases, and you feel your focus intensified, and each of your blows begins. You can feel it just like empowered. You smash the few orcs that are in front of you just as they come charging up with sword slashes and kicks and headbutts and stuff. They fall away, and then you take a large chunk of the you take like a couple orcs and you toss them down. And this is an ascended hill. Every orc that you knock off this narrow ledge off to your left falls down and dies. Just plummets to his death. So you take up what looks like a piece of timber or something like that, just like this long thing that you find on the ground, and you shove a whole row of orcs off the side of the hill, and they all go plummeting down. All right, so add 30 to your death count.
30.
Anything else?
That's action, second attack, and bonus action. So I'm a one-trick pony here.
Okay. As that happens, you hear an explosion behind you. As Antares lets loose another hurling bolt of red flame into the core of this golem. Let's see here. Okay. It's soon resounded by a third blow, and then a final blow comes through. You guys look up and you see in the chest area of this golem, this massive 60-foot rock golem, now a huge craterous cavity. You can even see sunlight from the backside of the golem is just shining through. Deimos, you're looking up, and as rock and debris falls down on your head from this gaping hole that Antares has caused with his focus blasts, you can feel the weight of the golem begin to shift backwards. All right, where are you jumping?
Pretty much, I'm trying to jump, kind of like, oops, oh, dang it. All right, I stuck myself in the goal by accident, but Perch jump backwards, kind of like in front of where his foot would be. Pretty much trying to get away from, because he's on a hill, so he'd be falling backwards.
Alright, he starts rolling backwards. You kind of just drop off to the ground, and as he falls back behind him, he begins to roll and tumble, and you can see the orc scrambling behind him as his body just like collapses down and slides down this hill backwards. Many of the orcs behind him have been caught up in the rush. All right. So this is what remains. of the orcs coming back. You gather the final orcs that are kind of coming up the hill. The ones that still remain is everything from this whole regiment of orcs. You figure between Ashok's AoEs, Albric, you throwing orcs off the side, and this golem sliding back down the hill, that what was once a full regiment of 1,000 orcs is down to about 300. All right, Elwyn, you're up.
I'll throw a fireball like in the middle of them. Get as many as I can.
Okay.
Do you want me to just roll it or target something?
Let's target it. I mean, don't target it, but just like point to where you're gonna put it.
Probably like right there to get those.
All right, roll it. Roll the damages. Yeah. A burst of flame erupts, and you can see the orcs screaming and falling and rolling backwards, combined with the actual ones that actually die from the heat, and the ones that are caught up and roll backwards and trip some of their friends, and they begin to fall as well. You clear another. Roll me. This is quite a few, actually. This is quite a large AoE. Roll me a d20. Okay, 130 of the orcs, the remaining orcs, go hurtling down the hillside.
Ha 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 ha. Fire god from the sky.
That's right, fire god from the sky. Alright. So that just leaves a few of these remaining. Ashok, your turn. Ashok, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What you gonna do?
I'll do another volley, I suppose. Again, I'll make the same attack on just the most concentrated group.
Okay. So your volley is a very large AoE. It's like a 40-foot sphere, or 40-foot AoE. I mean, you can cover this whole area, basically. 40-foot radius.
Sure.
All right, roll damage. All right, I need you to roll me a d20, and we'll add since this is a very large. Oh.
Holy crap!
Oh, they all
Give
die.
me this. They're all gone.
You rain down steel death on these orcs. The about 170 orcs that remain scattered over the surface of this ramp that the golem has created. They look up and they see, like in the movie 300, when their arrows kind of blot out the sun.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Our arrows
Tonight
will
we
blot out the
fight
sun.
in the shade or something.
Yeah, then we will fight in the shade. That's what the orcs can basically see before the arrows come raining down on them, and they all just like die or stab impaled and go plummeting to their deaths. All right. All right. With that golem, so I'm going to jump back to the other map here. Stone Golem number 1 is removed, no longer in business. And Orc Army Horde number 9 was what you guys wiped out on that hillside. As you guys are there, suddenly the dwarves finally get to you, and they all stand atop. This regiment of dwarves stands atop the top of this ramp, and another army of orcs comes from below and looks up, but they can tell an equal number of dwarves to the orcs down below You can tell this is going to be a pretty gruesome battle as the orcs begin to try to scale it. The crossbow troops from below add some damage as they begin to fire uphill. They're less effective, so dwarves are dying, but as the orcs storm their way upwards, they are being cut down in a lot more numbers than the dwarves are losing. Okay. You guys see another stone golem making his way up the center of the array here.
I think we should go intercept that guy
Yeah, I mean, unless
before
we
he
get
makes another hole.
unless we get challenged by marked ones, I think take out the golems.
Okay.
Excellent
Ospium, yeah.
plan.
That one has not yet created a ramp, so he's still making his way up. You guys could stand at the top of this ledge here if you wanted to, and like target him from down below, but he has not yet made a ramp up.
Let's do that.
Yeah. I don't happen to hear the screams of innocent civilians being eaten by wargs behind me, do I?
You do not. The Magni are back there, and actually on the map, if you're looking at the map there, they've managed to kill off two more full packs of the wargs. This is a very imbalanced battle. The Magni are basically raining death down on the wargs as the wargs are trying to scale up the rocky hillside.
And they're not dying, are they? It's that unbalanced.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're just flying above them. The wargs can't do anything. In fact, some of the wargs have stopped and have begun to retreat back the other direction. They can run away quite quickly, but they're beginning to break and scatter.
The death screams of my people, I say we go after the next column.
Okay. Alrighty.
Perception check to see if I notice any funny business going on anywhere, such as marked ones or something.
Alright, on the battlefield, you're going to try to look for them?
Towards the next column, just a general perception check for battle status,
Alright.
I guess.
Alright. You notice from where you guys are, so if you guys are in the center where my blue circle is, right? The bulk of the fighting and the bloodshed is kind of going on in the center, this main entryway right here. Over on this side, another ramp has been created by the stone golem, but you hear like an explosion or I guess the word would be cacophonic explosion, almost like a rock splitting over there. I mean, you hear this cries and screams of dwarves and some orcs and stuff over there, and there's definitely huge sounds coming from that direction. Right over here. Basically, what's happened, if you're talking to, yes, cacophonic.
It's just there's a
Cacophonic. What?
ability in the Warhammer. I play Warhammer, and there's ability for one of my armies called like endless cacophony. So I'm gonna have to use cacophonic when I tell my opponent how screwed he is.
All right. So basically, all the dwarves and the ballista on that side have been completely obliterated. All right, and the orcs have begun to march their way up this ramp, pretty much unencumbered.
I still think we should take out the stone golem first, guys, or should we go head over there?
Let's take this one out, because if we go over there, then this one's just going to make another way up. The dwarves can hold them off while we kill this, and then we'll head over there and take care of that.
Agree with you.
Alrighty. So on the map,
No sign of Ospium yet, though.
no. You guys
I
are
didn't
up
think it'd
on
be
this
that
ledge.
fast.
Can't make things easy on you. This is a pretty tall ledge. This is twice as high as the rampart that you guys we're just defending. All right, and down below is a rather large stone golem and 2 full regiments of orcs. So 2,000 orcs scattered all around around his legs. Okay.
So, Ashok, how
So-
many more local spells you got?
How many more of those? Let's see. I'm gonna make this the heights of the wall and comes kind of down here.
Because I haven't received it.
Haven't received what?
Made a new map, a new mini map for this battle. It's not open on my page. Oh, there it is.
Okay. So I'm just gonna litter this ground with orc hordes. Alright. This stone golem is a little bit further back. There are orcs kind of in his way right now. They're smaller because they're further down below. That's about right. So this represents about 2,000 orcs down below you. Alright. That's where you guys are. Who's doing what?
We get free
I
access.
got ranged shit. I'm useless.
You guys can all do one thing.
All right. Let me do this real quick because I gotta send my report, end of shift report.
Okay. This is
I
pretty high. Mind.
will-
This is at least 60 or 70 feet. So this cliff that you're on is taller than this golem is. Go on.
Am I within? Hold on, where is it? Within 120 feet of the golem?
Yes. All right. Just about.
I will shadow trigun his ass.
All right.
Hit leg. Hit that leg.
Are you,
You made sure the
where
other
are you
one-
targeting him?
If I can, I would hit the legs so he could fall on top of the orcs.
Okay. Roll it.
One was dead, right? He just didn't fall over.
The other golem, yeah, he crumbled and you saw him break apart at the bottom of the hill.
Because if he just fell over,
Okay. As the impact of your shadow trigon strikes his leg, you see his leg buckle, but it's still intact. The resounding boom of thunder energy doesn't just hit him though; it echoes on, and you can see some of the orcs around him. Not a lot of them, but a lot of the orcs around him just like fall over dead.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
It has a little bit of an AoE effect.
All right. I'll be right back, guys. Shouldn't take me
Alright,
very
so-
long.
Albrecht will go up. Anyone else want to do anything?
I don't have anything ranged. I am literally useless. Amos.
Deimos
You
wants
can
to
roll
do
stuff off the hill.
Throw and roll it on top of the orcs and yeah.
Deimos is thinking about using that big explosion ball. What do you guys think?
Oh.
Yes.
Because Deimos has
The
been wanting
Zorb.
to use this for the longest time.
Like a
And
fireball.
it seems like there's a lot of guys there, and Deimos never gets to roll that many dice.
Blame me for using it right now.
Yep, Deimos is
And I
using-
would say do it.
Deimos is totally using it.
Which
Okay.
side? So that way I can roll a boulder
Well, I
off the
think
other
I think I think I have to start charging it up. I don't know if I was allowed to get a few turns of charging before this happened, but
Yeah, we'll say as you guys were making your way over, you saw what was happening, you pulled it out. Make an intelligence check, Deimos.
but that doesn't make sense.
I want to know
Intelligence check.
how well you were able to plan this. Okay, you were able to plan it out pretty optimally. So normally it's a 1 minute charge, right? And you saw where your guys were heading to, and it would be taking you at least a minute to get to where you're going. You know, probably more like 2 or 3 minutes from one section of the hill to the other section. So you pulled it out and you began to look and calculate, like, okay, and when you thought was a good time, which based on your intelligence check was actually pretty close timing, you activated it. So I'll say you are 1 turn away from max capacity on the orb.
Okay.
Alright? So you're still charging.
God,
one
you
for
did
one
not roll a
turn.
1.
Yeah.
good.
It gone off in our face. You have it
Alright,
had
Albert.
it gone off in our face, or just like 10 turns from now?
I would just like click the button and just like sit on the ground and see what would happen, I guess.
Anyways,
Albert, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look at Deimos and say, "You throw that over here, because I can find the biggest gosh dang boulder I can."
Okay.
Going to try to push it off the cliff. Like, I don't care how big this thing is. I want the absolute biggest boulder I can find.
Alright. You find yourself a pretty big one. I need you to make an athletics check.
Are you sure it's not just a regular strength check?
I think your athletics is better.
Think your athletics better?
Plus is, but my indomitable might says that my strength check is less than my strength score. I can use that instead. So this would be an automatic 27.
Well, athletics is a version of strength, so I would let you apply that to athletics.
Well, I have been doing this wrong my entire time
Really?
since I got indomitable might then. Well, yeah, because I just thought it was strength checks in general.
I think athletics is a version of it
Yeah, it's a strength check.
yeah. I
It
think it's
says
fine.
strength checks. It doesn't say strength checks and ability checks related to strength. So that's why I did.
Oh.
I was
Oh,
reading it
it's
too
easy.
literally.
Holy
Well, I think
shit.
a double 20 works.
Yeah, you find 2 boulders.
Yeah.
And you like put one arm on each of them, and in your like roid and rage state, you just shove both of them off, like in front of you.
We're talking like decent sized boulders too, like 50, 40
Yeah,
feet
ver-
tall or something like that.
Quite large, like towering, hulking rocks. They might have actually been statues of some ancient, tribe that had settled up here, but they kind of worn away, so you can't really tell what they were. You just shove them off the edge. Yeah, you don't care what they are.
Off the edge.
they're like historic totems, like carved into the rock and just set up there, that kind of thing. But you just shove them. These 2 big boulders go like 2 freaking huge boulders go tumbling down. Boom, boom, boom. They hit, they slam, and they roll and bounce and scatter all over. So one goes this way, one goes that way, and you can see the orcs just like careening out of the way and diving and leaping out of the way. Now these are fairly concentrated, so I need you to roll me with 2 natural 20s, and these boulders falling this far. I need you to roll me 4 d20s.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Come on.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
Come on.
Okay, so that's 86. 86 orcs are caught in this wave of death that came down.
I assume that counts.
Yes.
100.
All right. Anyone else? Ashok or Euphemia, did you want to do anything?
Do I inspire Deimos with my feat of strength?
Not really.
I'll do my the spike growth.
Down at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, at the funnel.
Okay. Spike growth. So it's smaller down there. So it'll end up looking something like that. Down there, you can catch those orcs or something like that. You can catch about 3 packs.
Okay.
from how far away that is down below.
It was about 70 feet away.
It's not 1800.
The cliff was
It's
70.
868, right?
Extra one in there. My bad.
Yeah, you only need to kill 1,000. Yeah, 868 to go. All right.
Yep.
Ashok, you can see again they're down there. These orcs are caught in this bramble of thorny plants that go up about knee high, and you can see their legs are cut and bleeding, and you hear some screams, and it's definitely frustration down there from far below.
That's all I can do.
Okay. On the orcs' turn, these guys all kind of shift out of the way as this huge stone golem just comes slamming up against the side of the hillside. A couple of orcs die definitely in the process as he basically careens and slams himself into the side of this hill. You can see the surface of the rock begin to crack and split as he smashes into it. He takes his hammer and with his action, and he delivers a massive blow into the side of the hill here. And you can see veins of rocks and cracks and stuff beginning to splinter off like that on the side of the hill. It's not going to last much longer.
Good thing Deimos only has one more turn left.
Okay. Back up to the top. I think we're at Albric.
And 2 more boulders.
Roll me your athletics check again. Okay.
Thank God for advantage.
Yeah, you're able to find a smaller rock, nowhere near as big as the first one, and you kind of had to move your way over here to grab it. All right, but you roll it down. Go ahead and roll me your 2d20s.
2d20s. Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, as it goes careening down, it smashes down. This is a less populated area, and they've become a little bit more wary of your presence up there. You get another 20 orcs.
Okay, 20. Sounds good.
Okay, Elwyn is not back yet, I believe. Ashok, what do you want to do? Ashok? Ashok is AFK.
Oh,
Euphemia,
no,
anything you want? Oh, okay. Ashok, your turn again. You see the ground beneath you beginning to crack and splinter as this golem has slammed his hammer into the side of the cliff face.
I'll do
You don't think
double
this
attacks.
area
on
will
him.
last another blow? Okay, on the golem?
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and unload. And
100
actually,
mark?
Antares would... Sure. Antares would have been shooting this thing the whole time.
Amos, just out of pure curiosity, are you planning to use that fireball on the golem or on the orcs?
Probably like the golem and the orcs by his feet.
Okay. Use it on the golem, mostly like by his right foot.
And when I say the golem, I might just mean a massive pack of orcs.
They can be
Did
pretty big.
Antares kill it? Is he killing it?
No. He was shooting it the whole time. I just forgot to roll him. So the golem is looking... Antares has just been blasting away this whole time. The golem itself is looking actually fairly well damaged. That'll be a hit. Oh, wow. Okay. Antares he knows where to shoot on these things, and he had cracked away over 2 rounds the center portion of its chest. And Ashok, you on your turn, you look and you see within it It looks like a beating stone heart in the core of this golem. But instead of beating, it's more like a very slow pulsation. But it's like living rock. You point your bow at it. You draw the arrow back within a hawk's eye, and you release it, and it's a dead eye shot right in the center of this pulsing heart. You can see a blackish kind of viscous liquid, or like a tar, begin to ooze out around your arrow's impact point, and the surface of the pulsating heart itself cracks and splinters, and the golem just ceases. It just pauses in place. And it begins to slump downwards. It doesn't fall apart and doesn't collapse down to the ground. It just like stands still. It slumps forward. Its eyes go dead as it just leans against this rock face right here, like frozen like a stone fixture against it.
Amos, or you're concentrating. You know what I'm doing.
It is dead.
Providing a way
Alright,
for orcs to get up, right?
Well, it is leaning against it.
Euphemia,
Euphemia's turn.
Euphemia, can you pick Deimos up with light?
The golem is standing right here.
I
Kinda
have
like
an
this.
extra attack, but it won't. It doesn't matter.
Alright. Euphemia, your turn.
Oh well. Is what's name gonna use his extra attack?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. Just one attack on a single creature.
Okay. Did you want to be picked up somewhere, James?
Yeah, if you could, pretty much, you can be like the plane, and I'll be like the guy who drops the bomb.
Okay.
think
I guess
better
I'll
vantage
go
point.
give Deimos a ride somewhere.
Okay. Deimos, you hop onto
Do you have your
light.
ticket? Where do you want to go?
Over the
I don't even know where
biggest
we want to
group,
go.
biggest group of orcs that are, I guess, by the golem in like the back area.
Okay. That's where I go.
So, alright, so like right over here-ish? Where the
Probably,
arrow is
yeah.
pointing? Alright. Okay, so Deimos, you hop onto Euphemia and Light. Light says, "Hast thou been eating the Has thou been partaking in carbs lately?
Yes. Dude, I'm bulking up.
I can
Yeah,
feel
so
your
the
weight
proper-
upon mine back."
Amos, the proper response to that is always.
Bulking up, baby.
Alright. You guys soar over, and I'm just gonna make this larger so you can see, like, just for perspective. You soar over the orcs below you. So now you're like 120 feet up over this cluster of orcs, and this is mostly most of a full regiment of orcs down there. All right. Yeah, the orcs have actually begun to fill in behind this golem. So you're talking a lot of orcs down there. It's pretty clustered up. Deimos,
AKA, he's saying you're going to do a lot of damage, Deimos.
what are you doing, man?
Oh, I know Euphemia still has the rest of her turn. That's
Oh yeah. Anything else, Euphemia?
No. I'm a pretty single target type of person. I don't have much AoE. So I'll just let you blow your load.
so. You see on this orb thing, you see Tempest's load written on it, as he's just chucks it right down there in the middle of it.
You wrote Tempest load on it.
He's gonna blow that load.
All right. Okay. This is. Did we say how many d6s this was? Increases by
start off-
3d6 each turn.
And that's 30 plus 12 is 42 d6?
Well, it's increases by 3d6 over the 1d6. It's 4d6 times 10 because it's 1 minute, right? 40. So 40 plus the 12 already. So 52d6.
How many?
52d6 fire damage.
Okay.
You might have to type that. I think it's. Oh, you did it.
Oh,
Okay.
Ah.
That's a lot of d6s.
that's a
Well,
lot
ones.
of ones.
Doesn't
All
matter.
right, but the thing is though that it's quite a large explosion. I mean, you're talking like cluster bomb kind of explosion. All right, crater, like hole in the earth kind of explosion. You just drop this. It's like a single reddish glowing orb, and you look down, and light flashes wings and tries and soars as high as he can. And this little thing just like this little sparkling little thing just drops down, and boom, right? This red blazing inferno of death just swirls around, and you don't even hear the screams of the orcs inside it as they are completely consumed in the flame, rock and fire, and it's not like there's rock flying everywhere, but you look down and it's you know how in Terminator 2, when Arnold Schwarzenegger time travels in this like this little orb of time, and like the ground is cut out underneath him, and like the car is cut perfect
yeah.
sphere. Yeah, that's kind of like what it is. It's just like this orb of fire annihilation down below you. Roll me 10 d20s.
Let's make it like 5 D100s.
820 orcs get caught up in this conflagration. This yeah,
Wow,
they're all dead.
I got more kills than you.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of need those. I would have a level tier. I would have a tier 2 legacy item right now.
Yeah, if you'd let you drop it.
He's gonna start saving for more
Vince,
stuff.
we did
and
not
funny
think this
items
through.
Such as this.
I'm not gonna buy a single magic item until I get to 8,000 gold.
All right.
Yeah, I haven't bought many. I just kind of give my money away.
All right, so that
So-
whole section of the army is pretty much dead. So back on the main map, you guys
I
have
wanna do
killed this
something.
stone golem. All right, golem number 3 is dead.
Midas,
Yes.
I want to do something before we move to a different part of the map.
Okay.
Gollum is leading against the thing at a position where I can push him, or is he actually still below the lip of the cliff?
He's a little bit below, but we're talking like his head comes about 10 feet below you where you are at the edge of the cliff.
You
You have to climb down to reach him.
Safe of a climbing thing does it look like?
Athletics.
Which I can use my strength score for. So I feel comfortable. I want to climb down, and I'm going to try to push this golem on top of a whole bunch of orcs.
You're
So
gonna
he
try to tip
can't
him
be a
backwards,
rampant.
right? All right, this is gonna take one hell of an athletics check.
I know.
All right, let's take one hell of
So-
an athletics check.
Check for climbing down and then for pushing.
The climbing down is pretty easy. That's minimal. I mean, like the athletic check would be like a 5 DC. The pushing, so you wedge your back against the wall, and you put both your legs against the head of the golem, and you strain with all your might. All right. So like yeah, it's gonna be pretty high DC.
Here we go.
It does it. It does it.
I'll take it.
It was a 30. You strain, and you can from up there you guys can hear Albrecht grunting. Albrecht, like veins pop out on your head. Your whole body is trembling. You can see the the rock behind you beginning to crack and splinter a little bit as both of your stout dwarven legs are pushing against this huge. This thing weighs tons. Down below you, but the thing begins to move and creak. Down below you, you see orcs suddenly that were congregating towards the bottom. These 5 packs down here suddenly stop. Some of them had actually been climbing up him, trying to get their way up. They suddenly stop and they look up, and you hear from down below. You're like, "Oh shit!" And some begin to jump off, and some begin to run away as the whole thing begins to teeter backwards. It just swings down, 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 down. He just topples over backwards. It tips over back, and as it's careening down, you can see in slow motion like orcs falling off of him, and the thing just like crumbling down. His body doesn't really stay intact as he falls backwards. It becomes almost like a landslide, tipping backwards, and rocks and boulders become flying down as his form begins to break apart. I don't know how much
this would have mattered, but I would have tried to like angle it towards the bottom corner of the map so I could hit as many orcs as possible.
Okay, so more of a direction like this.
I know he's big and I don't have much control over him, but as much as I possibly could, I would have tried to do that.
Okay. What I do need you to do is I need you to roll me an athletics check to see if you can stay holding onto the mountain after your foot.
I'll take that.
Okay, so you stay locked in place. You're basically like Spider-Man. Your arms driven into 2 crevices between 2 rocks in the wall, and your legs just like free to work and just shove this thing backwards. Alright, so this thing careens backwards, and as it does, it smashes bunches and bunches of orcs down below you. Roll me 5d20s.
Take it.
Alright, now roll me a d4. That's 198.
No, 800. How do I fix that? Like notes and combat tracker and stuff, it's gone.
Your notes? Where were your notes?
Of the thing,
note panel?
Yeah, the note panel is
it.
gone. Like
I have it.
I can't see, like I can't click on notes. There's no note panel to click on. There's no libraries. There's no anything to click on the right side of my screen.
I have no idea why.
Yeah,
But
they're
I
on
can
mine.
add
Because
100. Are yours gone,
That's fine.
Tuesday?
I got it.
You got it? Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and add
I
it to your
realized
notes.
I moved my map that direction, and then I didn't realize I covered it. So, which was it? 198.
198. Alright. So bunches of these orcs died.
I am getting me one of those fireball things.
Okay. So, this assault has, on the map here, the center assault area has been kind of negated because of what you guys did to stop that golem. Alright. But however, in the meantime, let's see, Orc Horde number 6 has been killed by the dwarves up there. But the rest of the orcs have begun to swarm in behind. And the problem is that these crossbow troops have begun to concentrate their fire up the hilltop. And the dwarves have lost one of their numbers as well. Alright. You still hear the roars and the screams of raging and dying dwarves and orcs, but you know there's quite a toll being taken on the orc army down below. However, the orc horde on the left has begun to make their way up and are quickly beginning to flank this army here. This golem is making his way up to the next tier, up in this direction.
Let's go reinforce this flank.
Yep. I'll roll another perception check looking for like the same type of things.
Alright, so as you guys begin to make your way off in this direction here, from where you were, I guess you guys were here, right? You look and you see the dwarves beginning to be quickly outflanked. But Albric, what you do notice alarms you, because the ballista from above you. So this is, and you see, there's multiple tiers to this hillside, right?
Yeah.
You guys are currently right on this bottom, on this middle tier, right down here where my arrow is. This ballista number 3 careens down the hillside and crashes down at your feet from up above you.
What do I notice up above me then?
You can't see up there, so you don't really know. But you do hear cries and screams of basically fighting and dying. And with your perception check, these are more than just screams of pain and screams of war. These are screams of terror.
I'm going to ask Elwyn as we head towards the flank to fly up and see what's going on up there.
I will do that.
If it's a marked one, I'm going to say we have a change of plans and marked one.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. You guys having fun?
Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I just wish Austrian would get here. That's all.
Well, we need dramatic effects, you know.
I know, exactly. It's so that way I wouldn't have to kill things one at a time to reach 1,000. So I'm not gonna be picky.
Dramatic effect.
I know. I love it. I love it all. It's all great.
All right,
No more, no less.
Elwyn. You see where's my okay.
Oh shit, really?
So this is the edge of that ravine there, and down of the top of the hillside.
Oh.
And what has
They're all up
happened
there.
in the melee is that the marked ones have made their way towards the basically the leadership kind of pavilion, and there was a whole regiment of dwarves up there. You can see on the map that Dwarven Army number 5 were up there, and that's kind of where Eloise was centrally located. But when you rise up there, you're surprised and shocked to see that army has been decimated. There are a handful, maybe a few dozen of the dwarves remaining, and all around are like the husks. Some of the corpses are burned up. Some of them are just impaled on metal spikes and shards everywhere. Some of them are just on the ground, just looking comatose. like no life in their eyes. Some of them look like they've been crushed and pummeled. There's boulders covering others, and some of them look like they've been burned and melted. That kind of stuff. It's a pretty horrendous sight. What you do see is one second here. Alright, you've got a handful of remaining dwarves. Like a, yeah. Kind of like that. And
When I see
Should
this, is
have.
Deimos still flying with Euphemia?
I guess so.
Okay, so I'll grab the dwarf, I'll grab Albric, and I'll dimension door up there. Like,
Okay.
and put us between, like, somewhere here.
Okay, so you see a handful of dwarves lined up, and Eloise standing behind them as Gromosh is imposingly moving forward. The rest of the marked ones are kind of spread out a little bit, killing off the remainder of the dwarven army. Although Woe is right by Gromosh's side. So the rest of them are there's corpses, and there's a couple more fights scattered around there, but we're talking only a few more dwarves, and they're just dying really quickly.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, Elwyn, so you and Albric dimension door here.
And A-Shock.
I don't know if I
And
can take
A-Shock.
A-Shock. If I can take
Carry,
them, I'll
yeah,
take
you
them.
can only carry one. You can only bring one. The dimension door.
I'll carry A-Shock.
Well, you're coming with me.
Yeah, it's a dimension door thing.
He'll find his way up.
Okay. At the top of this hillside, you see Eloise standing there with determination just like locked on her face. Her twin axes at her side. Elwyn, you recognize them as the ones that you actually gave her, the enchanted +1 battle axes. And she's shouting out orders to her men in front of her. These orcs, so the dwarves behind you, they're not really just 7 dwarves. Here, let me get rid of one of them. They're not really just these 6 dwarves here. They're more like 24 dwarves. And she's shouting out something to the effect of, "Stand your ground. We die. We fight with honor. These monsters are the enemy of all dwarven kind." That kind of thing. We won't lose to orcs. So she's shouting very encouraging words, and the dwarves in front of her are determined to fight to the death. And boom, you guys appear right in front of her. Okay.
Hell yeah. Let's do
All right.
this. This is a fight that I've been waiting for a long time.
All right.
Oh boy!
Euphemia and Deimos, what are you guys doing?
Well, Euphemia is the driver, but I'm sticking with her, I guess, for right now.
Euphemia,
I
what
assume
are
we
you
head
doing?
towards the. I assume we head towards the big that group right there.
Which group? Which map are you on? Are you on
Uh,
the battle map or the small map?
The small map. Basically, I'm heading that direction.
Oh, so you're headed to where Elwyn
The
and
markings
Albert
are.
went? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is you guys are flying. And when we start this, you guys are back here. Yeah, do you pee a little bit?
I know. I don't pee. What are you talking about? I don't pee. I'm just like I was running towards a stone golem, and now I'm standing in front of Gromash. It's you talking about?
And what's gonna happen is Antares is running along, and you see him on a puff of air, and he's got A-Shock with him.
I'm going
kinda
to yell
further
at
back
him
here.
and point at Woe, and I'm going to yell at the top of my lungs. She's the healer! Kill her first!
I hope you guys are ready, because this is.
I'm not. I am
initiative.
not ready.
Hey, all right. This is a practice. I'm just doing a practice right now. All right, good. That was my practice. Just as we got backup.
This is initiative.
Not ready. It should be better. It could be better. I'll roll a d20. See if it's.
Roll 'em initiatives.
It wouldn't have been better. So 21's my
Roll.
initiative.
Owen rolled poorly. Hannibal.
I rolled poorly.
I mean,
Shock
A-Shock
rolled
rolled poorly.
Oh, okay.
Like that one's pretty decent.
Shock. Yeah. Whoa. Wait, why do I have... I should not have advantage on this. Oh, she has advantage. Oh, yeah, she does have advantage on this. 10. For Whoa. My mistake was on the large map. All those tokens have hit points and stats and everything, so they're all on the combat tracker. You guys see them there?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was trying to look at Golem.
If you make them invisible just for this battle, it'll skip them.
Alright, I'm going to do that. Dymium. It's a 13. Gromash. Is that 11? Shitty initiative.
We'll take it.
Quigley. It's 12.
Oh. The crits.
Where did Quigley go? Oh, okay, that went in. And the last one, Skull Thumper. 19. Okay, let's see here. Let's make all these bad guys invisible.
I assume they all have advantage on their attack because of Woe, right?
Yes. Woe still has her aura of foresight going on. Alright. You guys come into the picture, and
I
this
really
is what you
hope
see.
Antares is gonna have saving throws.
You see Gromash closing in on just basically standing over. Here, I'll move this over just slightly, make it a little bit more imposing. Standing over Elwyn and Albric, 15 foot tall. His massive stone war hammers, war axes or warhammer at his side, just towering over you, this snarl on his face, saying, "Let's see here."
I knew that if I threatened your bitch, you'd come running. Ha 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 ha! Time to die!
All right. So this is the scene. Antares is first.
Hope he gets my message about the healer. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Huge.
All right, and Terry says to you guys, because yeah, I like these are NPCs. I got a dialogue, you know. He says to you guys, finally, you guys throw down when it matters. Now let me show you something. All right, on Antares' turn. Oh shit! I might have made this too strong. His belt glows golden,
No, you did not.
and you see him pull out his revolver, right? And he activates its tier 2 legacy ability, and instead of one revolver, all of a sudden he's holding his metal revolver, and he splits it apart, and in the other hand he's holding a identical revolver, but this time it's the second one is glowing red flame. It's like a physical revolver and an ethereal revolver, 2 of them, one in each hand. All right, so he has 2 revolvers now. His primary one is called Snapjaw. His second one is called Whiptail. And he says, and you see him call out to you guys. He say, "Pick one. Who do you want
The
to
fire
die?"
one. Oh, whoa,
No,
whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Okay. All right, so he's gonna have to be making wisdom
Hold
saves
on.
against her. Remember,
Hold on.
to kill
Everyone
Woe,
else agrees it should.
All right, so Woe,
Agrees it
to
should
hit
be
Woe,
Woe.
you had to succeed on a wisdom saving throw. All right, you guys get to choose who Antares targets. This thing is gonna kick like a mule. It's like I probably made it too strong.
Well,
No, you didn't.
You choose who he shoots.
we do know that. So the goblin's a healer. We don't really know what the vampire dude does. She's the buffer.
Healer. Woe's the healer.
No, she's the buffer. She
The
has
buffer.
Yeah.
Well, she's the one who can also res. That's what I'm thinking.
Look,
But
if
yeah,
she's
so it's not-
alive, they're all gonna roll with advantage, and we're probably gonna roll with disadvantage against them.
Mhm.
Saving check, so. I think it should be Woe. We can take out the healer on our own.
Yep.
And you
Okay.
can totally inspire this guy as we're coming in with her crazy good inspiring stuff.
Unfortunately, this is
Hopes and
Antares'
dreams.
turn first. Okay, now Antares does have the lucky feat, so he's going to have a chance on some of these saving throws. And he is a rogue, so he has proficiency in wisdom, but it's a damn high DC, so he might not hit much. But when he does hit, it's going to hit like a truck. All right, so the way this works is that for every action that his primary revolver does, as long as his clone revolver is in place, it does the same thing. All right, so it basically mirrors his primary revolver, except that his every time that his fire revolver hits, it's an auto crit.
Damos threw up a little bit in his mouth.
Okay, yeah, his revolver is summoned from the 8th level of Hell. His second revolver, it's in his hand every time Snapjaw makes an attack. Whiptail does as well, and has the same attack bonuses. Every hit Whiptail makes is a crit. It remains summoned for 1 minute. All right, let's go. So he's gonna attack Woe. First attack. He's not gonna use. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if he uses Sharpshooter or not, so he's going to use Sharpshooter. First attack with Snapjaw on her. Would be a hit if he makes his Wisdom saving throw. Fails it. His Whiptail revolver attacks her. With that same thing. Will be a hit. Wisdom saving throw. Succeeds.
Oh, thank God. Whiptail's the better one, right?
Whiptail's the better one. So this is... Oh, this might kill her. Sneak attack.
Yes.
Sharpshooter. Crit. Okay. So that was
Bunch
first
of
attack.
ones.
Second attack on her. He'll burn one of his infernal ammunitions on this round. Oops, wrong one. Wrong button. That would be a hit if he makes the wisdom saving throw. Fails it. His whiptail mirrors the attack. Would be a hit. Wisdom saving throw. Needs a 23. Fails it. He's gonna lucky. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
So burning 1 luck. That'll hit. Oh, oh shit! I used infernal this time. So there's the infernal damage.
Yep.
Here's sharpshooter. Here's the crit on her.
Oof.
Okay. That's second attack. Third attack. Would be a miss. It's a natural 1.
Dropped a 19.
He'll burn a luck die to roll one more time. So that would be it's a 10 plus his bonus would be a hit. So here's his wisdom saving throw. Makes the save.
Yep.
This is his normal weapon though, so it's not a crit. And he already sneak attacked. So here's the damage. Here's his mirrored whiptail attack. Natural
my God.
1.
It was a mirror.
It was a mirror, yeah. Alright, so he'll burn his last luck to attack it. Hits.
Killer.
Wisdom saving throw.
Killer.
Fails, so that misses. Alright. He says he looks, so she's still alive barely. He says, "How much do you want this?" How much do you guys want it?
She needs to go down first.
Alright.
Down, yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah.
okay, so he action surges.
Oh, what the fuck?
He gets 2 more attacks.
Damos just writing
Um,
in notes of people not to piss off, and you just see a Terry Saber in there.
So attack number 1, or on the second
Battle-
round, would be a hit. Wisdom saving throw.
Yes!
Makes it. Okay. Sharpshooter. Hit. Alright, so here's his whiptail mirrored attack.
Hits.
Would be a hit. Wisdom saving throw. Fails. He's out of luck.
Oh.
Second attack. Hits. Wisdom saving throw. Fails. Whiptail. Would be a hit. Wisdom saving throw. Fails it. Okay. So,
That's why I was thinking he shouldn't have used that luck point on the regular attack roll.
yeah, you're probably right. Oh well.
Or
Um,
the whiptail attacks. The whiptail saving
it's-
throws is what I was... Yeah.
He
It
did-
is
he-
what it
he-
is.
She's on the brink of death, and as that happens, you see Gromash spin around, right? And there's pure rage in his eyes. It's almost primal. It's almost uncontrollable. Gone is any sign of intelligence, or even rational thought. His eyes are locked on Terry Saber and on Woe, who's like crippled with pain. Blood is oozing everywhere. You see great concern in Gromash's eyes. Yeah, we'll just leave it right there. Okay. Albrick, your turn.
I'm gonna go... Yeah, I gotta... I'll kill Woe as well. Here. I'll make it so it's... Oh, I can't move 15 feet in a straight line. I assume I don't move 15 feet in a straight line.
I think you just gotta worry about the wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I know. Well,
DC 23.
I need a nat 20. I take that back. I'm not going to attack. Whoa. I need a nat 20
Yeah,
to hit her.
leave her to me and get out of the way. Like, go back to where you were.
I'm not going to move there. I am going to move to the other side of Gromosh so that way I don't get hit. There's less chance of me getting hit by Elwyn's AoEs. I'm smart like that. And I'm going to go here down so that way I do technically move 15 feet in a straight line and I get all my bonus shit.
Okay.
And yeah, the big dude's right in front of me. Might as well attack the big dude because I don't want to take an attack of opportunity to go attack somebody else. So that's what I'm going to do. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. See.
Oh, are you targeting him? Well, that hits. 31 hits, but here, let me target you on him.
Yep.
There you go. Okay.
But wisdom saving throw, right?
On him? No. It's
He just
straight.
gets advantage. He just gets
Yeah,
advantage. Okay. So damaged. Sure, there we go.
Don't you have reckless on? Sorry. Let's call that a hit because you should have reckless on. Yeah, sorry, I accidentally clicked it off. Go ahead and just add reckless to yourself.
It again.
We'll call that a hit because the first one was a 16. It would have hit. All right. And the spiked armor. Okay. Okay, you begin to slash and tear into Gromosh.
Specifically hit him with the spikes that are on the gauntlets as I try to taunt him to attack me instead of Elwyn or Ares.
Okay. Euphemia's turn. And Elwyn, you're next.
So Deimos, where do you want to go?
Oh, I'll follow your lead on this one.
You want to dive bomb Gromosh?
Sure. You don't,
Okay,
do you think you have a good enough wisdom to get a hit off on Woe, or?
I don't know, but I'm gonna have S-Light to get us to Woe and Gromosh as quickly as possible, and then I'm gonna tell them
Okay.
to fly away. And me and
So-
Deimos are gonna jump off. Right,
Okay.
right on top of them.
Alright, so you want Light to drop you guys off there. Are you holding an attack
Yeah.
or anything like that? Alright, so you're
I
gonna,
am
you're gonna
going
hold
to
your attacks
hold
for
an
when he drops
attack,
you.
but I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my gauntlet. I'm gonna go ethereal, and I'm gonna drop right on top of her
Oh,
and
gross.
set my sword right through her gut from the ethereal realm.
Okay.
There it is. She
Alright.
shouldn't have to make a wisdom saving throw for that technically.
But
I mean, just roll
before I
through
do
her.
that
The
though,
ether-
too,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Elwyn a bardic inspiration.
Excellent thinking.
So Euphemia,
And
technically it's your...
plus
Go on.
oh sorry.
So I'm gonna say you can hold your action to shift into the ethereal realm right
I
before
thought you said it was
a free action. Yeah, but you can only hold an action. So if you shift ethereal right now, Light won't be able to carry you over there. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was gonna wait to jump off right when I get over there, and then I was gonna shift.
You can only hold an action for. You can only delay one action. You can't delay like a free
Yeah,
action
but I
plus
thought,
movement, that kind of thing.
We've been doing the whole thing where Light moves on my turn.
Unless you are controlling him, unless you have the reins, he moves on his own initiative. But if you're controlling him, then he can move right now.
Well, I'm controlling him, but I just told him once we jump off for him to fly away.
Okay.
He's not attacking.
Alright, well,
or
that'll have to
anything
wait.
like
That will have to wait till next turn then. All right. So on your turn, using
that. Oh,
Light's
you mean fly
movement.
away?
Yeah, that'll have to be wait for his next round turn. because this movement right here consumes his movement, his action.
Can I also, when I'm flying by, can I shoot a web at Skull Thumper?
So you're using Light's movement to get here, free action to shift, bonus action to inspire. Yes, you can.
Well, if she wants, she said she wanted to shove her sword through her, so that's an action to attack. So
No, it's not.
Not with her gauntlet.
Yeah.
It's only movement.
So the web would be this.
Okay. She tries to web Skull Thumper. He fails.
Do I still use the restraint? No, I don't do anything else, right? These other two buttons, since it failed. Oh, he failed? Or?
He failed. So you're successful.
Okay.
So you restrain him. The web fills a 20-foot cube from that point for the duration. The webs are difficult terrain and lightly obscured. The webs, 5-foot depth. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature's restrained. Okay. So he has to pass the dex save to get out. A creature that is restrained can use its strength check, its action to make a strength check to get out. The webs are flammable. Alright, so you make a cube of web, kind of like that, around Skull Thumper. And he is restrained.
I'm gonna look at Deimos and tell him to grab Gormash so he doesn't attack Light. And then I'm just gonna fall right off and head right for Woe and shift right when I'm free of Light.
Okay. So you shift into the ethereal realm.
And basically I'm just gonna go sword first right into her.
Okay.
So do I make
since
that?
you are in the ethereal realm, you do not have to roll the wisdom saving throw. You're in a different plane. And as you pass through her, using the effect of your tier 2 gauntlet, you do the force damage to her as you pass through her form. So you're gonna have to go through her like that.
Okay. I was trying to
Roll
get the point where he was okay.
She is barely alive.
Do I have any free movement?
Yes, you do. You have, another 20 feet of movement.
I'm just gonna do a quick swing around and hit Gormash as well.
Okay, you have to pass through him. You have enough to pass through Gromash like that.
Can I just kind of just go in and come back? I want to stay where I was.
Sure. Alright. You can step in and step back out.
So,
Alright.
yeah.
Roll it on Gromash also.
There we go.
Alright. He takes a lot more damage than she did. Man, that was a bad. That's the danger of a D100. I mean, it could be awesome or it could be really bad.
That's the end of my stuff.
All right. She is on the brink. You are currently in the ethereal realm. Elwyn.
So I'll move over here so I won't take an up attack from Gromash, and I will go.
Wait. Gromash. Does Gromash have? Yeah, he has got range. Okay, so you're still within range. What are you doing?
I would move closer.
There you
That's
go.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spit fire.
So you're burning up my web?
Yep, and I'm killing Woe.
If he flames it, it will burn.
So do you want me to roll the web burning thing?
Hold on a second here.
Because I have a button for that. It's 2d4 fire damage, I guess.
Have a button. That was
Must
great.
be pressed.
That does. Let's see here. So let me do Elwin's first. Elwin, go ahead and roll damage.
Roar. Whoever resisted
so-
takes full damage.
56 Gromash partially resisted. Hannibal
He's
is
dead.
cut in half because he succeeded. Woe is unconscious. So Gromash takes another 56.
Yep. And
Alright,
let
go ahead
me-
and do your flame thing on Skull Thumper, Euphemia.
And as a bonus action on this turn, I will use 2/5 and a third to get all of my sorcery points back. And then I'll fuck shit up next turn.
Alright. So as
Shit
that
like
happens,
Skull Thumper, right?
as that happens, no longer are they under the effect of Foresight.
And please God, let me survive an attack from Gromash.
Him enough. Or hopefully he's going after Antares. I mean, I feel bad for Antares, but
Alright.
Oh, and
Skull Thumper's turn. Go on. Go on.
No, I was gonna do the 25 damage on myself. I'll get that.
Alright. On Skull Thumper's turn. Just because I like these characters. I will display an image.
this is totally within your prerogative to do.
Yeah. So he's covered in his robes are caught in fire as he's standing in this burning web. You see him like hop hop and skedaddle out of the flame. He'll move in this direction here. Skull Thumper is going to, let's see, action.
If you cast a spell, I'm countering that shit.
Alright, none of these guys cast spells,
Ah.
unfortunately. They're all wild divine magic from the old gods.
I want wild divine magic.
You do see these two yellow piles of ooze just kind of slump off his shoulders. I mean, as they hit the ground, they just take shape and formulate and come to life over there on the sides. You've seen them before. It's his bonus action. For his action, he is going to toss a regenerative spray onto Gromash. And onto Woe. That's his turn.
I totally saw that coming.
What's the wisdom saving throw for Woe again?
23. Hannibal is going to all you fourth have misstepped today. I will slay you and sever your heads.
I will start laughing.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't give us that list, we're okay.
He as a bonus action, you see him summon his Arctic wolves. If I can
What?
find
Summon things. As bonus actions.
Oh shit, you know what? I hadn't realized one of the abilities, if on my Dragon's Gaze, if this ability causes the target to fall below 200 HP, the target is immediately consumed by the dragon flame and is burnt to ash.
on your tier 2.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Should I save it for Gromash or do it on the woe?
Whoa.
All of them.
Freaking. I can't find my wolves.
How does that?
Sure.
Is it a straight line that targets, or is it you choose targets? How's the
It
targeting
says
work?
here, I'll link it. I don't know if you'll be able to click on it. It says choose one target within 600 feet, but on the weapon itself, it says that it's a beam. So I don't know.
Wait. What's the question? It's a single
I
target.
wanted
hit.
to.
Oh, single card. Okay.
Yeah, it's a beam, but it like lands on one target.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Honestly, use both of them, and I would target Skull Thumper and Woe. That's who I would target.
All right. What happens is Hannibal snaps his fingers, and you hear a howl and a spray of, and you feel a gust of cold wind as out from the north, a breeze of wind comes through, and contained in it are frost and icicles. And as it clears, you see 3 snarling wolves just kind of materialize on the ground. Hannibal draws a pretty wicked-looking longsword, and he charges. Well, he flies, or I'll say, over to here. Elwyn, he's gonna attack you with his longsword.
Okay, let me put shield on before he does. I'll just preemptively cast it.
Oh,
Okay. And he hits you with it.
Yeah, not bad.
Hold on, something's coming.
But you begin to bleed. As he cuts you, there's a gash in your arm, and it begins to just flow with blood. This is not a natural kind of flow. It's like the blood loss is noticeable. It's beginning to drench your arm and just pour out down your sleeve. As that happens, you see the wolves all just kind of turn their gaze towards you, locked in on your scent. Hannibal is going to swing around here, and his second attack, he is going to try to bite you, Albric.
I look him straight in the face and I say, "I've always wanted to become a vampire."
Then I will grab your whiff today.
I wonder if you'll get this too.
yeah, you gotta play with the wit list now.
As he says that, I'll also say, "I'll pass on the list, though."
Alright, but you see what happens is as he bites you, the damage that he had taken from the fire, from the flame, heals off of him. As he drains the blood from your veins, you see his form begin to heal. On Daimium's turn, you see his crackling electromagnetic shield kind of shimmering around him. Because he is Magneto. Oh, what should he do?
We gotta beat that guy with a stick.
yeah, let's get
He's gonna, as an action, he's gonna channel heat metal to all the metallic objects on you guys. So let's see who's wearing
sucker.
metal.
Ow.
Albric is wearing Deimos. Euphemia is in the ethereal plane, so she's immune.
I think
And
technically
Terry's in-
speaking,
What?
I think technically speaking, the only thing I'm actually carrying that's metal is my sword, because the rest is leather and animal spikes.
Alright, well, it's your sword then.
That's my sword. But my sword's already on fire, so
So Albric, Deimos, well, the blade is. Albric and Deimos, basically. Man, this is a poor choice of moves, but he's gonna do it anyway. Alright, so Deimos, your armor begins to glow and burn, searing your body. You take 2d8 fire damage. Albrecht, you take the same. And if a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, the creature must succeed a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks involving that item until the start of Daimium's next turn. Alright, so you guys can either choose to drop it
I'll take a
or make the
Constitution
save.
saving throw.
Alright.
Oh,
Alright, so you guys are holding. Yep, you're holding onto your object, but right now you're at disadvantage on anything you do with that object.
Dang it.
Alright. Quigley's turn.
Oh shit.
Quigley is going to leap over here,
No.
and in 2 swings, he splatters dwarves on either side, and then his third attack, he targets Eloise.
alright, buddy.
Actually, hold on, I gotta rage him. Rage.
No, you don't.
Oh, you don't.
He rages. He's got this on, he's got Danger Sense. Alright. And he hits Eloise.
Alright, buddy.
It's Quigley's turn. On Gromash's turn, you can see the blue ooze ticks one more time on him. That Skull Thumper cast on him before. As he heals a little bit more. And then he is going to... He's going to attack you, Albrecht. Or Elwyn, you're the one who killed Woe.
No,
Wanna smash it?
alive.
At Elwyn. Want to smash at Albrecht. Alright. You can hear his rage just like bursting through as he turns, and his huge hammer just swings. It's like really one big swing. It smacks Elwyn on its way through. It passes straight through Hannibal, like Hannibal goes mist form, and it swings straight through and it connects with you, Albrecht. One massive swing. On her turn, Woe is going to... What do you mean you don't have your shield?
Oh, I'm just joking.
I was gonna say, you better have your shield. This whole
I
fight
was
was
about
balanced
to
around your
say-
tier 2 weapons.
I was gonna
Oh.
quit the game if that was true. I was just like, okay, guys, good night. After next week.
Alright, Woe is going to cast a spell.
Counterspell.
Foolish mortals.
Oh no, you said no.
No, he said spell.
Well, actually, this is a spell she's casting. All right. You actually see her begin to maneuver and weave magic in the air, and she casts it. This is a level 8 spell.
Hold on, I will lucky that.
Please do.
You got Euphemia's.
Oh.
You got
Oh yeah,
Euphemia's thing?
I do have Bardic.
All right. Counterspelled. All right, and nothing happens. You see her frustrated, but that's her turn. All right. Unfortunately for you, Elwyn, the wolves charge in.
Yeah.
Actually, they only have 50 foot of movement.
Oh, you know what?
So-
I am so sorry, Midas. I couldn't have countered that. I had already shielded.
Okay.
So yeah, no counter spell.
Unburn the spell.
And I'm gonna unburn my luck point, and I guess I still have the Bardic Inspiration.
Honest.
Light is dominated. Alright. Light failed his save. He is under the control of Woe right now. Elwyn, the wolves attack you.
Yep, that would hit.
Bringing you down. Second wolf with no target to attack. They just kind of like meander about, continuing their movement around this way. Alright. Ashok's turn. Ashok is going to leap off of Antares' platform of air and maneuver his way around this way with the rest of his movement. He's going to target Woe. Well, no, he has shit for wisdom.
He's a ranger.
Going
He
to
shouldn't.
target. Let me see what he's got. Oh, he's got a +8 to wisdom saves. Okay. Target Woe. He's going to declare her his named enemy. His sworn enemy. To hit. Wisdom saving throw. Fails. Second attack. Hit. Wisdom saving throw. Fails. One more time. Hit. Wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
Ashok does not do too well here. And I think that's what he's got. I mean, he'll toss Hunter's Mark on her. Alright. Eloise is going to turn and look at the savage monster that just took a swing at her. She'll curse him in, pretty savagely in Dwarven. And she is going to pull out her twin axes and swing at him. Quigley needs to make a strength saving throw, which he easily succeeds. Alright. And she is going to... She chooses Alberic. And she barks an order. And you can use your reaction right now to make a melee attack.
Ooh, just a melee attack?
One melee attack with your reaction, if you burn your reaction right now.
Done deal. Who do I target, guys? Hannibal or Gromash?
I'm unconscious.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
It's probably
Okay.
Roma. Yeah, I don't know.
Gromash. Gromash it is. Wait, win!
Okay?
Can I add some hit dice to that? Or two?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
I want to add some hit dice.
I mean, you gotta declare how many.
Okay, so at least one. I'll add 4.
You know, just heal yourself too, right?
Yeah, he heals himself.
Oh, it does. Oh, cool.
Alright, so 26, 36, 40 more damage to him. Alright. Anything else?
It's just a reaction, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Like, if you want me to do more.
That's right. Deimos, you're up.
Deimos' hair starts crackling yellow as he jumps down. Oh, not light. As he jumps off and starts going Super Saiyan. I will use my attack I get from that just to punch this dude once, and then I'll activate my shield.
All right.
And then I'll throw out some heals. That's my turns.
So that's
No
300 hit
shield?
points worth of heals.
Oh, he did. He activated.
Yeah, that's on my heals.
All right. So you get
Thank
to do
you
that
much.
4 more times because it lasts for 5 rounds. All right. These oozes are going to come around you, Deimos. They're going to try to attack you since you're right here hitting their master. One of them is going to breathe on you with his odious breath. You succeed, so you take half of this. That should be... You should get 12 back. Alright. And the second one is just going to straight up attack you. And it will miss. Top of the initiative. And Terry's saber continues to dance. He's higher up in the air now. His double guns blazing and glowing. Who do you want him to attack? You guys get to choose.
Whoa.
You want him to keep attacking Woe?
Or, well, does he have to attack?
Elwyn,
No
were
target?
you gonna do something to Woe?
Yeah. It doesn't matter if he attacks Woe and she dies or whatever, then I will do it on the healing guy. Or if he attacks the healing guy, I'll do it on Woe. It doesn't matter. And I got a bardic inspiration for the wisdom saves too.
But does he have to attack a single person, or can he split his attacks?
He can split his attacks.
Woe till she's dead, then start hitting Skull Thumper. That's what I would want him to do.
Alright. He's got to make wisdom saving throws. There's no guarantee he can hit her.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He should attack Skull Thumper.
That's what I was saying. 'Cause he's
Never mind.
Heals.
Alright. So he levels both his guns at Skull Thumper. He's going to burn off an infernal ammunition. He's got 3 charges more of this, including this round right here. Sharpshooter attack. His double revolvers are glowing. First attack hits. Ooh, that should have been a crit. 52, 46, another 46 to Skull Thumper. That's attack number 1. I don't think Skull Thumper's gonna live through this.
Woohoo!
Fucking hope
Hits.
not.
Whiptail attack. Hits.
Oh,
Third
gross.
attack. Hits. Sharpshooter. Last attack. Hits.
Oof.
Oh, okay. Skull Thumper is barely alive. We're talking a
Why does he do
sliver
this
of
to
life
us?
left. Hey, the dice do, man.
I just-
I haven't changed a single thing. Albrecht, you're up.
Um,
I mean, he just did like 400
Metric
or like
load.
almost 500 hit points worth of damage to him.
Oh.
So that Gromosh is tall enough that we can run between his legs, right? Or not in this
Yes.
form?
No.
Yes.
15 foot tall. No, he cannot.
Yeah, I'll attack Gromosh again. All the normal stuff.
All right. So while you're rolling, Euphemia, what are you gonna do? Euphemia?
Sorry, I was muted.
It is your turn.
No one's
What would you like to do?
attacking. Isn't it? No
You
one's
are
attacking.
in the you're in the ethereal realm right now.
Yeah, but no one's attacking Skullthumper. Or oh wait, did we talk about this? Can I go over and run through Skullthumper and do damage in the ethereal realm?
You cannot. You've already shifted, so you cannot
Okay.
this turn.
Ah,
You can use your free action to go back to the material.
ah.
I mean, you can run over to Skullthumper right now, shifts back into material, then attack him.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I will run over here, and I will shift out,
Okay.
and I will do the shadow clone. So I need
Okay.
2 of my. And I'll start swinging my my sword song, so everyone gets advantage on a attack, single attack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have both my clones attack or Skullthumper. Sorry.
All right. Target and roll.
Um,
That's fine, Albrecht.
one more. I'm gonna use this for my advantage. Oh, I have to
Okay.
move your map.
To hit. Okay, down goes Skullthumper.
And that's the end of my turn.
Skullthumper's on the ground, unconscious.
Oh, can
right
they
now. Elwyn,
move?
you're up.
Can they move?
Your clones?
Yeah.
They kind of follow you. Yes, alright, you can command them to move on their own, yes.
How much movement do I get?
Yeah. There's my
The same
wisdom
movement as
save.
you do. What was the first wisdom save? Oh, you luckied it. Okay.
Mhm.
Alright, so you succeed.
Alright, I'm gonna use the dragon's gaze on her.
Alright, so you're activating your level 2?
Yes, I am.
Alright, twin beams of fire and lightning, or ice, blaze out of your dragon's head staff.
Does she become ashes?
She does.
Bro,
That
where'd
was
she
the
go?
fire head, right?
Yes.
Alright, she is incinerated. She is burned beyond... Okay, so as your twin dragon beams just like explode out of your staff. So we're talking not talking just like little fire hose beams. We're talking like mega optic blast beams. They just come raging out of your staff. One just curves about through the air, and it slams. It's like snakes around through the air, and it slams down into her. Pure flame just erupts around her. You see, her glowing eyes, just kind of radiating light and psychic energy. And you hear a psychic scream, just like pierce through your minds, as she just her very body, her very form is consumed and ripped apart and burned in the flame. Just as a psychic wail. And as that happens, her body just begins to crumble and flake away as she collapses down to the ground. And Gromash's eyes, they kind of like gloss over, and you can see a bestial kind of almost primitiveness just gloss over his mind.
All right, with the second beam, I will send it over to the vamp guy.
All right. That would be a hit.
Does he have disadvantage?
Okay.
Because I'm 5 feet away from him, and it's a ranged attack. I'm guessing.
Also, I still had Woe's aura on him, so I gotta turn it off.
No. And he is stunned till the beginning. Of
Are they both
next.
hits, or wasn't one a save? Or did I have both of those hits?
No,
I
one
think
is
one
a
of them
save.
was a save.
Yeah, the one against Woe was a save.
Okay.
And she failed.
All right. Yeah, she failed.
But she could only get a 22.
Okay.
She rolled a nat 20.
Oh, that's right. But she would have still taken half damage and died, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She saved, but she died.
Oh, yeah, and he needs to make a... Oh, hold on. I put the stun on him before I rolled his con save.
All right, he fails.
Okay,
So
he's-
he's stunned.
All right, so that was my tier 2 ability, and it was awesome. I loved it. But that's not
Very
enough.
good.
I will quicken a... whatchamacallit?
Firebolt?
No, an acid splash against Gromash and the vamp dudes.
Okay.
They take that much more.
Okay. Of acid damage. On his turn, Marked One is going to Skull Thumper is going to make a death saving throw. He fails.
Yeah.
Hannibal is stunned.
Mm-hmm.
It was very matter-of-factly there, Solon.
Daimium's turn. Daimium is pissed.
Come at me, bro.
You seek to dissuade my master. Let the force of nature and light overtake you. Daimium's going to target you, Elwyn, and use his recharge ability. Oh! Damn it!
Thank God.
Wow.
You started... Elwin started shitting his pants a little on that one.
They should hit the
Yeah.
shit
Damn
moving
it.
forwards.
That thing hits really hard too. Light is no longer dominated. Light flies away, per Euphemia's request.
Bye-bye, have a nice day.
Quigley's turn. Quigley leaps up in the air and slams down over here. Sigma 3 is gonna get an attack of opportunity against him, but I'll roll that in a second. Elwyn, Quigley is locked onto you.
Yeah, let me put the shield on.
Let me just do this one thing first.
Okay, go ahead.
You should really put a shield on him, because if
He
he's
should
gonna
not
hit
have
you no
advantage.
matter
My
what,
bad. He missed. Second attack. What's your AC? Holy
that
shit.
should not miss.
I think you might have it on there twice. Yeah, you have it on there
Oh
twice.
yeah. It didn't expire. Yeah, that would
What's
hit.
your
definitely.
with a
19.
25 hit
19.
with the shield?
Yeah,
24.
yeah. It would be 24.
All right, hit number 1. Hit number 2. Last attack.
Good thing we have Deimos' shield.
Jesus.
Damage on that pillar.
Smash. Gromash's turn. His eyes just glossed over, just like a dullness to his eyes now. You can tell that he's not quite himself, but he is still strong. He is still formidable. He is going to toss a boulder right here.
Did you change the damage on Quigley's pillar?
From
4d12s?
it's 40-20s.
Okay.
Boulder
Not
explosion on Albric, Deimos, Euphemia, and Flotsam and Jetsam, and this wolf.
hey, how big is this?
Big enough
Just
to
because
reach you.
just because I can and I haven't ever used it yet. Can I use my reaction to make my bubble?
Yes, you can.
Ooh, I'm a paladin,
You, my
guys.
friend, are immune until the beginning of your next turn.
Oh shit!
All right,
What the fuck?
that's his breath ability or his recharge ability. So let's see. Albert got hit.
What? Jetsam?
Yeah, Flotsam and Jetsam.
love
Euphemia
it.
would have taken half of that. 156, so that's what? 78 damage to Euphemia. Alright. That's his turn. These wolves are going to swing over here.
The sense for Elwyn being bitten, he shouldn't be bitten anymore because he was healed by Deimos, so died and came.
Yeah, so they're not locked onto him anymore. They're just going to attack whoever.
One.
One for you. Oops. Was not attacking Elwyn, so ignore that crit. Just attacking you, Albric, with a hit.
Back.
You strength saving throw, which you definitely succeed. This one attacking Albric as well. Strength saving throw. You are fine.
2 20s.
Wolf number 3
Minus.
attacking Deimos.
Tell
Natural
me now on
1.
my shield, bitch.
Ashok's turn. Ashok, no longer having a marked enemy because she got disintegrated, is going to target Gromash himself and continue to fire away. Oh, I'm gonna take that off at 3d6.
What's he rolling at disadvantage?
Good question.
Just
Gromash
have the
still
woes.
had woes,
the woes.
woes aura on him. I'll reroll that second attack. Hit. Last attack. Hit. Alright. It's Ashok's turn. Sigma 3 orders her dwarves forward. They all attack Quigley, doing
Nothing.
4 damage to
Double
him.
point damage.
Sigma 3 herself is going to charge up and attack Quigley. And her offhand hits. Deimos, you're up.
Just see how many times you can punch into the ground. I'm going to just completely sever this marked one's head, as I'm going to use my first punch to hit him, and then my second punch to hit him. And then I'll use my third thing for the War Priest to turn my bonus action into another punch. I don't know if you could stand up after that, but I really want him dead. Dead.
He's already got
it just
one.
takes 2. Yep.
Takes 2, so target
takes 2.
something else around you.
Well, then I will hit one of the... I'll hit this wolf. Get some aggro. Only 2. But I will pass those heals out.
Skull Thumper is dead. As this time you finish the job that you tried to start before. And you rip his head off.
Yes.
Damn.
After that, sorry. After that, I gotta head out. I'm starting to feel pretty sick again.
Alright.
Thanks so much, Brian.
All right,
This is sweet.
Alright. We are down. Let's see, it's 12:45 and we are down a little more. Like, there's a little bit more fight to go here. Let's see, let's
I'm good
finish
about
this
it,
this initiative round. Skull Thumper, let's see, Flotsam and Jetsam with Skull Thumper dead. They don't have much long for this world, but they are still alive and active. They are targeting Deimos. Miss. Targeting Deimos. Odious Breath. He takes acid damage. Okay. Alright. Do you guys want to finish the fight, or do you want to call it here and pick up next week?
Pick up next week.
We'll say, yeah, next week.
Okay. Let's pause
Sounds
it right
good.
here. We're at the top of the initiative order. You guys have the marked ones on the run. Gromosh does not look like himself. Quigley is still every bit as strong. Daimium is still looking pretty intense. He's slightly wounded, but he's looking intense. And Hannibal is also likewise still up. All right.
We did it!
Okay.
That was looking
All right, guys.
rough. That was looking rough at the beginning.
Fucking did it, guys. I am so proud of us.
Well, you guys, you burned all of your shit, and Terry's blew his shit too. I think. I think that's.
It's all gotta blow your load at once.
Yeah, this was good.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Did,
All right. So we'll
I
finish
get
it next week.
healed
But you guys
still?
aren't. You have the upper hand. I think Deimos sent you a heal.
I
He only had 2
don't-
heals to throw out.
He sent one at me and
It's
one at
heal.
Albert.
Yeah, me and Albert. Or me and Owen.
Alright,
I'm
so-
Albert.
Oh, I thought you used the shield.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, but
He
had
only
some to
got-
give out.
Only got, or 100 points?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 100 points.
All right, guys. Thanks for playing. Good game tonight.
Yeah.
We'll
Yep.
pick up again next
Thank
week.
you. It is
See you
very
next week.
fun. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Take care, guys.